Hands it off to Tori Hansen, and Hansen walks it up the floor. The 2009 Player of the Year controls for West Liberty. Charleston's head coach Sherry Wynn won a couple of those, Joe, as we've talked about the two coaches extensively. Laura Mallardy, right wing, open for a three. Mallardy, nothing but net, and she has broken the NCAA Division II record for threes in a single season.
(64-62), 6 seconds remaining in the contest. Jumper inside the lane, count it for Kylie Howell. Here comes Wheeling Jesuit, trailing by a point, all the way to the basket. Jayla Brown has a shot blocked from behind by Kiara Simpson. Kiki took it out of the air. Great play, outlet pass, up the floor. Hillary Southworth lays it up and in.
Kicks it out to Morgan Bruner. She drives baseline, back out to Olkowski. 4 seconds, Tingle for three. She drills it. Toppers lead by 2. 1.1 left to play. Last gasp for the Lady Toppers. Tingle takes the inbound pass, looking for Brown, lobs it in. Brown puts it up. She shoots and scores, and the Lady Toppers beat Wheeling at the buzzer. We are live from the ASRC for this Mountain East Conference matchup between the Davidson Elkins College Lady Senators and your West Liberty University Lady Hilltoppers. This broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, Undos, the IBEW. A special thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Generations, Main Street Bank, and Bordas and Bordas. Again, thank you for joining us on Topper Station. My name is Todd Allum, alongside me, Sean Ryan. This is the debut matchup as Davidson Elkins here for the first time, not as conference opponents, but as Mountain East Conference opponents. They were in the West Virginia Conference years ago, along with West Liberty, but it's the first time they'll come here as Mountain East Conference foes. Jason Asbell, a former assistant coach for the Lady Toppers under now Athletic Director Lynn Allum, is the head coach for the Lady Senators. This is going to be a good one. The Lady Toppers fell just shy at Wheeling this past Sunday afternoon. They're going to come here looking for a regular season sweep of the Lady Senators. It's going to be a good one here tonight.
And it's interesting, along the lines of some of the things you just mentioned, that even though Davidson Elkins hasn't been in this conference for a while, there's a lot of familiarity between these two teams. And to be honest with you, about a week and a half ago, I would have said this is a game that West Liberty can and should win handily. But this is a different Davidson Elkins team, even than the one that West Liberty played earlier in the season and beat. This team's won 3 in a row. Victories over AB, over a Wesleyan team that went deep into the Mountain East Conference tournament last year and returns just about everybody. And then the big outlier there is they whipped Fairmont.
Yes.
Which, as we've talked about on the air and off as well, Fairmont, as talented a roster as you're going to find top to bottom in this conference. So this isn't a game now where I think West Liberty can just show up and win.
But the Davidson Elkins have held Fairmont State to 48 points. They won 64-48 against Fairmont State at home at Davidson Elkins. But we'll take a look at the Mountain East Conference standings and where they stack up now. You see them very close to each other down at the bottom there. 7-11 overall for the Lady Toppers. 3-9 in conference, though. Davidson Elkins 5-13, 4-8 in conference. At the top there, Notre Dame, Glenville State, and Charleston. No surprise, Urbana, the Lady Toppers fell at their last home game. And again, not surprised there. They're having a very good season. Andrea McCloskey has gotten their team consistently better and better and better every single year. And maybe the biggest surprise, the fact that Concord is at number 5 with the team that they had coming into this season. You thought they had a chance to really win this, maybe not just outright win it with Glenville State and Notre Dame, but better than 5th. You're kind of surprised where they're at 11-6.
There's a couple of weird losses in there that you really can't explain away, other than the fact that Concord women's basketball, for the most part, isn't used to that type of success and that type of target on their back. For West Liberty, this is a huge game. From the standpoint of the standings, they're back to back with Davis and Elkins. Tournament is rapidly approaching, and any seed you can get anytime you can get one higher seed, what you do is you avoid the big dogs right out of the bat. So you give your chance to hang around for a weekend at the tournament.
Well, we move on to the matchup between these two teams. Told you about the records already. The Lady Toppers outscoring Davis and Elkins by an average of close to 10 points per game. Scoring defense pretty similar. Davis and Elkins got an edge by about 2 points there. And then rebounding, they have the edge. They have the leading rebounder in the country in Jemiah Johnson due to Davis and Elkins Lady Senators. That's a big reason why. And then assists, Lady Toppers ahead by 2.2 average per game. Players to watch for Davis and Elkins. Again, we told you about Jemiah Johnson. She's averaging 14.3 rebounds per game, 19.4 points. She's just a very good post player for Davis and Elkins. 56% shooter from the field, 58 from the line, 19 steals on the year as well. Then number 23, Sydney Nestor, averaging close to 10 points a game, almost 7 rebounds as well. So there's Jemiah Johnson averaging the double-double. Sydney Nestor very close to that, close to averaging a double-double. She's shooting 41% from the field, 40 from behind the arc, 71% from the line. For the Lady Toppers, Taylor Johnson, averaging 17.6 points a game, 21 steals, just over 5.5 rebounds. She's 85% from the line, 27.5% from behind the arc, and 40% from the field. And Morgan Bruner, Morgan is leading the nation in three-point field goals with 79 and three-pointers per game with 4.39. Both of those for the second straight season. The last NCAA Division II woman to lead both categories for 2 consecutive years was also a Lady Topper, a West Liberty Hall of Famer in Laura Maloney in 2009 and 2010. And Morgan also leads the nation in free throw percentage at .971. She is 67 out of 69 on the season. I don't want to jinx her. It's here in the game notes, though. She has made 23 straight, has not missed a free throw since December 14th. That's unbelievable.
Well, there you go. You ruined it now.
Well, and also the Lady Toppers have led the nation, or a West Liberty woman has led the nation in three-point field goals or assists in the last 14 of the last 20 seasons. So that has something to say for star power and a bunch of ability on these Lady Toppers teams the past couple decades.
And those two girls on the screen right now played incredible games down at Wheeling the other day. Perhaps, at least the ones that I've seen, perhaps Taylor Johnson's best game of the season. She and Morgan really helped keep West Liberty into it. This game is a complete clash of the way they want to do things, the teams want to do things, and it's going to be interesting.
Well, like you said, in that game, Taylor Johnson had 25, Morgan Bruner had 24 Sunday at Wheeling. Our sideline reporter Isaac Basinger spoke with Coach Kyle Cooper before the broadcast took place. Isaac getting ready to give his take and what Coach Cooper had to say. Take it away, Isaac.
Thanks, Todd. I was able to catch up with Coach Cooper before today's game. He said coming into this game playing a team they've already played once, for preparation purposes, he says you have to know they're going to make changes from the last game. And for the message for his team coming into this game was to play together and have fun. Back over to you, Todd.
Thank you, Isaac. And being at practice the past couple of days or during this week, it's what it's been at practice. These Lady Toppers have had fun at practice, but don't think for 1 second they're not working hard. They're just enjoying themselves. Working hard, they're getting back to having fun as a team, and that's exactly what I've been seeing at least the last couple practices, if not long before that. But just speaking in recent terms, past couple practices have been very good for the Lady Toppers. They're going to try to make that translate into the game tonight.
That's actually really good to hear, because it would be easy for them to be down, because it's not like they're coming out here every day and getting outclassed. Right. For the majority of the season in their losses, they've been in games, and it's a possession here, a possession there that make the difference. So for them to be up and realize that there's still plenty to play for out there. That's a good sign if you're the West Liberty coaching staff.
Well, we will take a quick break. When we come back, it will be time for starters, coaches, and tip-off here at the ASRC coming up on Topper Station.
Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates.
Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers.
We keep our interest rates simple and competitive.
Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordis & Bordis, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
All right, now you're just like Daddy, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training,
Go, Daddy.
or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
A lifetime of savings starts here. Belmont Savings Bank, focused on your future.
I'll take 2 scoops on a cone. Actually, make that 3 scoops on a cone. Thanks to my free Kasasa checking account at Belmont Savings Bank, Kasasa gives me my hard-earned money back in the form of cash rewards. Go ahead and treat yourself to an extra scoop with Kasasa's free rewards checking. Plus, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide.
Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Jamie Bordis. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Hi, Banks did great today. He looks great after his spa day.
For being such a good boy, we'll take these 2.
Great.
Thanks to my free Kasasa cashback checking account from Belmont Savings Bank, my Kasasa cash is paying for my dog's treats.
Kasasa pays you cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking and enjoy monthly cash rewards with Kasasa.
Welcome back on Topper Station. It is now time for the Davis and Elkins Lady Senator starters. We begin with number 3, Jessica Eads for the Yates, a 5'5" junior from Manchester, England. Number 10, a forward, Abby Bartenslager, a 5'8" freshman from Lewisburg, West Virginia. And number 20, Jay Kilpatrick, a 5'6" senior from Newport News, Virginia. Number 23, a guard/forward, Sydney Nestor, a 5'8" sophomore from Parsons, West Virginia, and the nation's leading rebounder, last but not least. At forward, number 32, Jemiah Johnson, a 5'11" junior from Williamsburg, Virginia, and their head coach, Jason Asbell, his 12th year at Davis and Elkins. He is 136 and 189, a former assistant under Coach Lynn Allum here at West Liberty University. Now, for your Lady Hilltoppers, number 3, Liv Belknap, a 5'7" junior from Dover, Ohio. At point guard, number 5, Audrey Tingle, a 5'6" junior from West Lafayette, Ohio. At guard, number 22, Taylor Johnson, a 5'9" senior from Pickerington, Ohio. Number 24, Jackie Kitts, a 5'9" junior from Erie, Pennsylvania. And last but not least, number 34, Morgan Bruner, a 5'9" senior from Wheeling, West Virginia, product of Lindsley High School, and the head coach of the Lady Toppers, Kyle Cooper. In his 3rd season, he is 41 and 37, looking to get back on track tonight and get the regular season sweep over Davis and Elkins.
West Liberty has to hit the boards hard as a team. Davis and Elkins, that's one of the big things that they do. They're +9 in rebounding for the year per game. Defensively, you have to limit what Johnson does. You cannot let her beat you because that is their strength. We talked about the contrast in styles. Davis and Elkins comes in here as a team shooting 27% from three-point range, averaging barely over 5 threes a game as a team. Morgan Bruner herself averages almost 4.5.
Yeah. Well, a slight change in the starting lineup for Davis and Elkins, as Jay Kilpatrick will not be in. It'll be Eadsforth Yates with the ball. Peyton Moeller out there along with Jemiah Johnson, Sydney Nestor, and Peyton Moeller. Johnson kicks it back out. The jumper, good for Peyton Moeller, the first points of the ball game.
That's okay. That's what you want. Make her give the ball up.
Kitts, cross court back around. Kitts is open again on the other side. She drives, kicks it back out for Tingle. She's open for 3. Can't get it to drop. Johnson gets her first rebound of the ball game. And watch for the Lady Toppers down at Davis and Elkins. Jackie Kitts got quite a few opportunities from three-point land. Jemiah Johnson hesitated to come and defend her out on the perimeter. Jackie Kitts gets the block there. Here come the Lady Toppers in transition. Tingle, coast to coast, ties the ball game up.
We left her out. She was huge at Wheeling the other day too. Looking more to score as opposed to driving and dishing.
Eadsforth Yates, got a lot of quickness, some good handle too. Goes back over for Moeller, straightaway 3, it's good. Peyton Moeller, all 5 of the points so far for Davis and Elkins.
Making Coach Asbell look brilliant.
Morgan Bruner answers right back. Tie ball game at 5. Eadsforth Yates looking left side. It's it over for Bartenslager. Now back to the top of the key. Tries right side. Johnson sets a screen. Kitts guarding. Puts a hand in the face. No good. Off the backboard. Taylor Johnson takes it. Johnson driving. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Davis and Elkins. for Yates slows things down in the half court. Moeller now with it. Bruner making things difficult to her. Somehow gets the pass into Johnson. Kitts is there. Shot is good. First points for Jemiah Johnson. 7-5 early on.
Can't catch that deep.
Johnson's try three is good. Lady Toppers take the lead. It's for Yates. Looking, directing traffic again for Jemiah Johnson. Gets it to her on the bounce pass. Crosses the lane, no good off the glass, tipped around, goes right back to Jemiah Johnson though. Tries to dish this one off, and it's saved by D&E. Moeller driving on Bruner, tips it away from behind, but the reach-in called on Morgan Bruner. Her first, team first. The Toppers doing what they normally do with their substitutions at this point early in the game. They bring Bruner and Belknap on the bench for a quick breather. Bring in Grace Fodor, a senior, along with true freshman Corinne Thomas. Lobs it out for Johnson. Taylor almost got the steal, but it's Eatsforth Yates taking it. This one tipped by Kitts, but somehow gets to Johnson again. No good, hits the underside of the backboard. Possession goes to the Lady Toppers.
You kind of touched on it the last trip down here. Jackie Kitts has to make Johnson work on this end. On the offensive end, I'm saying.
Tingle with it now. She'll drive, hand it off to Kitts. Looking, tries to make a move in the paint. Nice little spin around, no good though. Johnson a rebound. Toppers still lead by one. Eatsforth Yates driving on Johnson. High off the glass, good, and one coming up. What a shot. That'll be the first foul on Johnson's second team foul on the Lady Toppers. Jemiah Johnson gets a break as Taylon Silver comes in, number 42, a 5'11 sophomore from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Also coming in, Jay Kilpatrick. She'll take the place of Abby Bartenslager. Taylor Johnson out as Grace Falk in, as well as Jackie Kitts will get a breather. Monica Bragg into the ballgame, number 23. Bragg, a junior from Weirton, West Virginia. Falk, a true freshman from Imperial, Pennsylvania. Thomas to Bragg. Monica driving, dishes it off to the side. Fodor for three. Off the rim. Tipped by Bragg, but right to Davison Elkins. The drive for Kilpatrick, throws it up and good. Immediately making an impact when she enters the ball game. D&E up by 4. Tingle is fouled on her way to the bucket. It'll go against Moeller, her first, team first. Tingle's first attempts at the line tonight. First one is good. Tingle shooting 59% coming into this ball game. Second one goes as well, makes it a 2-point ball game. Tingle with 4 points. D&E driving. Corinne Thomas is right there, but they call a foul. They give this to the freshman Corinne Thomas, her first, team third. That will send number 23, Sydney Nestor, the 5'8 sophomore, to the line. She's one of those players to watch for Davison Elkins, averaging close to 10 points a game. Now one off the rim, but she gets her own rebound, blocked by Monica Bragg. She hands it off for Tingle. Audrey setting things up. Thomas, left side. Now Fodor. Back to Corinne. She'll drive. Kicks it back to Grace. To the other Grace Falk. Now it's Bragg. Lady Toppers, good ball movement. Thoder to Falk. Spin. She is fouled in her. Oh, they're going to call the travel. Turnover. D&E takes over. Back into the lineup. Morgan Bruner, Taylor Johnson. Thomas, Thoder, and Tingle all get a breather into the game for the first time. Number 2, Destiny Hutchison. Left side for Kilpatrick. She's going to drive on Falk. Step back. Now she goes back to Eats for the Yates. Crosses the floor. Switch. Bragg blocks another one. It will stay a D&E possession, but with that stoppage in play, it will be a media timeout. The Lady Toppers down by just 2. 12 on the shot clock when we come back for D&E. 4:49 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates.
Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers.
We keep our interest rates simple and competitive.
Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this.
Welcome back. Davis and Elkins College, enrollment of 805, founded in 1904. Located in Elkins, West Virginia. The team name in this game will be the Lady Senators. And for the Lady Toppers, enrollment at West Liberty University, 2,526 students. Founded in 1837, located in beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia. And a team named the Lady Hilltoppers, Lady Toppers, whatever you want to call them. I think they'd go with winners for tonight. 5 on the floor stays the same for the Lady Toppers. It'll be Bruner, Johnson, Falk, Hutchison, and Bragg. For D&E, Johnson, Moeller, Kilpatrick, along with Nestor and Eats for the Yates. Kilpatrick to throw this one in. Almost tipped away by Morgan Bruner. Nestor settles it down. Again, a shortened shot clock here after the block. 5 to shoot, puts it up, still didn't hit the backboard, but a rebound for Bruner. Hutchison to Bragg. Thought she might shoot the 3, she does. Can't get this one to fall. Eats for the Yates, gets the rebound. They want to go down to Johnson, they do. Bragg is right there with her. Lobs it up over her head, no good. Good defense by Monica. Hutchison, showing off the athleticism, gets to the rack. Tie ball game at 12.
She got by her defender and the help was not there.
Eats for the eighth, no good. Johnson may have gotten a hand on that one. Jemiah Johnson the rebound. Jump ball, well no. They're gonna call a foul on Morgan Bruner, her second, team fourth. Belknap and Kitts back in for Bruner and Bragg. Morgan again picking up her second foul with about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Eats for the Yates comes out. Reagan Sharp in, number 1, a 5'4" freshman from Morgantown, West Virginia. Kilpatrick brings this ball out to the perimeter. Screen set by Jemiah Johnson. Wants to go back down to her, does. Kitts is there with her. Crosses the lane, shot is good. Jemiah Johnson, 4 points. They now lead 14-12. Possession going back to Davis and Elkins. Sharp left side. Go to Kilpatrick. She bobbles that. Now it's Nestor. Belknap on her like glue. No, that shot is good though. Her first points for Sydney Nestor. Falk for three. Good. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Grace Falk, first points in this one. Yeah. Sharp surveys, goes right side, hands it off for Kilpatrick. Pump fake, driving into the paint, spinning, almost loses that pivot foot. And now a turnover for Davis and Elkins. Lady Toppers take over. Tingle and Fodor back in for Hutchison and Falk. The redshirt freshman and true freshman into the ball game for the first time. Rachel Bolliard for Davis and Elkins takes the place of Jay Kilpatrick. Tingle to the elbow for Johnson, looking. Spinning into the paint, back around. Good. The Lady Toppers have the lead, 17-16 with 2.5 left in the first quarter.
Incredible footwork and patience to know that that defender is going to fly by.
5 points now for Taylor Johnson. Sharp puts up a deep two. It's good. They retake the lead by 1. Sharp's first points. Belknap thought about the three from the U in University on the floor. Fodor drives, can't get it to fall. Johnson, another rebound. Nestor spinning on Belknap, but Liv stays right with her. Shot no good. Kitts gets the rebound. That's off to Audrey Tingle. Deep three for Belknap, a little bit too long. Ripped away by Grace Fodor. Now it's going to be Jackie Kitts taking it. Belknap again, left side for Johnson, puts up the three, no good. Rebounded by Sharp. 90 seconds left in the first. Sharp right side, picks up the dribble, finds Jemiah Johnson on the block. Backing down, Kitts, shot is good again for Johnson. She's got 6 points. It's a 3-point lead for Davis and Elkins.
Going to have to start fronting her.
Fodor wide open for three, can't get it to drop. Jackie Kitts trying for the offensive rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Possession will go to Davis and Elkins. Courtney Roth making her first appearance in this game, number 11 for Davis and Elkins, a 5'9" sophomore from Oakland, Maryland. She takes the place of Sydney Nestor. There's Coach Asbell in the bow ties. Sharp directs traffic. She'll drive on Tingle. Left hand tosses it up, good off the glass. Her second bucket. D&E up by 5. 40 seconds left in the first. About a 15-second difference between game and shot clock. Tingle goes to her left, hands it off for Fodor. Back out for Belknap. She drives, finds Kitts with 1 on the shot clock, no good. Fight for it on the floor. Grace Fodor gets that jump ball call. Possession stays with the Lady Toppers. Morgan Bruner back in, maybe for just the last 11 seconds of this quarter to try to get a shot here at the offensive possession. Belknap comes to the bench. Peyton Moeller into the ball game. She takes the place of Allie Taylor, number 22, the 5'10" sophomore from Parkersburg. Lobbed out for Fodor. Now it's Jackie Kitts, 10 to shoot. Back over for Taylor Johnson. 5 on the clock. Johnson driving, she's going to be fouled. No shot on the play. It'll be the second team foul. Foul goes against Courtney Roth. And now number 5, Angel Broadus, a 5'8" freshman from Aurora, Colorado. She takes the place of Courtney Roth. Now another foul, I believe. They'll call this on D&E. It'll go against Broadus. Just came into the ball game. Her first, team third. 3.2 Last year, the Lady Toppers were so good at getting these buzzer beaters at the end of quarters and halves. Johnson loses possession, gonna have to launch us from half court. And it's short. That will be the end of the first. Lady Toppers down by 5, 22-17. There'll be some substitutions. It looks like Thomas and Belknap will be in for the Lady Toppers. Courtney Roth will be back for D&E when we return on Topper Station.
Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordis & Bordis, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. This is the 45th meeting between these two schools, with all but one coming during the West Virginia Conference era. West Liberty leads the series 32-12. They won earlier this year at D&E 86-78. The Lady Senators have won 3 of the last 4, but West Liberty looking to get the season sweep here. The steal for Tingle finds Belknap. Can't get it to fall, but Liv will shoot 2 from the line. Davis and Elkins also has a 4-5 record against West Liberty since Jason Asbell took over as head coach at Davis and Elkins. Again, the former assistant here at West Liberty under now athletic director Lynn Allum. Belknap no good on the first one. Coming into this ball game, shooting 75% from the line. Second one is good. Makes it a 4-point ball game early in the second quarter. Sharp's pass tipped out of bounds by Liv Belknap, and that could have been another basketball coming our way, but we got saved by Coach Cooper. That was very close to backcourt. Official was right there, made a good call. Sharp airballed the layup out of bounds off of Jemiah Johnson. The Lady Toppers take over. Substitutions for Davis and Elkins. Eatsforth Yates back in for Sharp. And it will be Abby Bartslager into the ball game, taking the place of Angel Broadus. Right side for Belknap, back to the top of the key. Johnson surveys, goes left side, open, can't get it to fall. Jemiah Johnson, another rebound. She's got 6 rebounds so far in this game. Bolliard taking a look. Johnson at the elbow. Now they call the offensive foul against Davis and Elkins. This one will go against Abby Bartenslager. Her first, team second. And now it's flipping the other way here in the second quarter from what it was in terms of fouls compared to the first.
Jemiah Johnson already with 6 points and 6 rebounds. And as followers of West Liberty know, they have been tortured lately by post players.
Johnson left side. Thomas back to the top of the key. Kits to Belknap. Now back to Johnson. Jackie again looking. Corinne Thomas straight away. And a travel call made. Davis and Elkins will take over.
Every team, Todd, has role players. And to be good, you have to have people bought into those roles. Jackie Kits is that to a T. She knows what she's supposed to do. However, on offense tonight, she has to be more aggressive. She has to make Johnson work and drive to the basket.
Jemiah Johnson dishes this one off, eats for Yates. Goes back down to Jemiah. Kitts trying to stay with her. Shot is good with the left hand. 8 points now for Johnson. Johnson for three, no good. Long rebound out for Moeller, almost tipped away by Belknap, but gets it out to a teammate. A little bit of a bobbled pass there. Shot no good in transition. Lady Toppers get a gift. Johnson again. Nice little move. She's going to be fouled. She'll shoot 2 at the line. Third team foul on D&E already with just under 8 minutes left in the half. It'll be the second foul on Bartenslagger.
Johnson at the line.
Johnson on to shoot 2. First one is good. She's shooting, coming into this ball game, close to 86% on the season from the line. 2 for 2 on that trip. Lady Toppers down by 4. Johnson with 7 points. It may be the battle of Taylor Johnson and Jemiah Johnson in this one. Each for the 8 straightaway 3 with the hand in her face and drills it. She's got 6 points and a 7-point lead now for D&E. Around the horn, the Lady Toppers go. Each for the 8 steals this one and finds a teammate. Here comes the Lady Senators again. Each for the 8th, the spin off the glass and good. She's up to 8, a tie for the game high in points with teammate Jemiah Johnson. 3-pointer no good. Tingle rips that rebound away, gets it to Taylor Johnson, and a good play for Thomas. Here comes Belknap driving. They call the block on Jemiah Johnson, her first, team 4th. One more foul for Davis and Elkins in this quarter. Lady Toppers will be shooting 2 the rest of the second quarter, and there's still 7 minutes left. First one good. Second one good as well for Belknap. Grace Fodor in for Liv. Fodor has been nothing but pure energy this season for the Lady Toppers. She'll provide that again here in tonight's ball game. Bartenslagger kicks this one back out for Bulliard. Fodor on her in the middle of the paint. Back out. Tipped around, last off of, I believe, Peyton Moeller. The Lady Toppers take back possession. Tingle handoff for Fodor. So drive, finds the elbow, passes it off for Taylor Johnson. She drives baseline, lays it up, and good. 9 points for the game-high lead in that category.
3-point shot is not falling for West Liberty. Davis and Elkins appears to not be great defending the drive. Keep doing it.
Well, Fodor gets that rebound. She flies down the floor past Jemiah Johnson, lays it up, and good. That is vintage Grace Fodor. Her first points in this ball game. Lady Toppers make it a 3-point ball game. 6:05 left in the second. And it will be a media timeout. We'll take the break. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Welcome back. There you see Coach Cooper speaking with his team. Lady Toppers have have gotten this back to a 3-point ball game. Taylor Johnson, a big part of that, 9 of the 26 points for the Lady Toppers. With 6:05 left in this second quarter, the team fouls are 4-1, with Davis and Elkins with 4. I get one more, and the Lady Toppers will shoot 2, be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Firth Yates against Taylor Johnson. Now it's Jemiah Johnson. She'll drive into the paint, double teamed. Corinne Thomas and Kitts there, no good. Kitts gets the rebound.
That's exactly what they have to do. Anytime she catches, you have to bring somebody else and help.
Johnson takes the handoff from Tingle, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Jemiah Johnson. Nestor gets to the baseline, puts up the shot, no good, but they call the foul on the Lady Toppers, Audrey Tingle. That'll be her first, team first. Nestor hits the back of the rim where it just deadened the ball completely, but still fell in. That was an odd-looking free throw. Looks like Grace Falk will be coming into the ball game for the Lady Toppers. That one rims out. Taylor Johnson gets the rebound. 5.5 left in this first half. Tingle driving into the paint, spinning, back around. Finds Corinne Thomas. Now it's Jackie Kitts getting to the elbow. Back for Grace Fodor. She puts it up and good. Fodor, second bucket, makes it a 2-point ball game.
West Liberty's found something here with this dribble drive.
Want to go down to Jemiah Johnson again. Jackie Kitts right there waiting for her.
Help has to come.
Kitts, good job defensively as that shot rims out as well. Here comes Tingle with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Center Avenue, no good off the rim. Rebounded by Davis and Elkins. Now it's Moeller. Kicked by Jackie Kitts. Substitutions, Grace Falk in for Corinne Thomas. Jemiah Johnson out as Taylon Silver in. Moeller finds Nestor back inside. Moeller's shot is good. The Lady Toppers down by 4. Peyton Moeller with 7 points so far. 4:25 left in the second. Tingle wide open. Can't get this one to fall. Eats for the Yates.
She didn't have her feet set on that one.
Driving coast to coast. Grace Fodor may have gotten a piece of that one on the miss. 4:05. Tingle driving again. Puts it up. She is fouled by Eats for the Yates. It'll be her first. Team fifth. Now the Lady Toppers will be in the bonus, shooting 2 for the final 4 minutes and 5 seconds of this first half. Monica Bragg in for Jackie Kitts. It looks like Destiny Hutchison will be coming in for Audrey Tingle. Good on the first free throw. Tingle now up to 6 points, converts both free throws. 2-point ball game, 32-30. Destiny Hutchison will get an opportunity to go up against Reagan Sharp, number 1. Screen sets, they switch. Back out for Nestor. Grace Falk guarding her. And a trip there, incidental contact between the feet of both players. The official right in front of us made the call, good call. It will go to the Lady Toppers on the jump ball. And Lady Toppers have an opportunity here to tie or take the lead on this possession. Taylor Johnson behind the back dribble, kicks it out for Grace Falk, the freshman. Can't get this one to fall. Rebounded by Silver. Sharp, nice little move, but she is going to be fouled. No shot on the play. They call this on Destiny Hutchison. Her first, team second. Allie Taylor throws this one in just in front of our broadcast table.
She needs to be turned the other way defensively. This is a right-handed dribbler.
This one is stolen. Good defense by Taylor Johnson. The pass taken away by Hutchison. Quickly up for Fodor. She gets another layup. Fodor 6 points. Tie ball game at 32.
Destiny with a beautiful look on that play.
Nestor stops at the elbow, looking around, dishes this one off for Moeller. She's double teamed. Shot. Oh, thought it was a clean block again for Bragg, but they're going to call the foul. That will be her first, team third. And Monica with 2 blocks already in the first half. That would have been her third of the game. Morgan Bruner back in for Taylor Johnson. Again, Morgan picked up a couple early fouls in this ball game. The Lady Toppers, for the most part, had to play without her. So far, Bruner has only played 4 minutes in this first half.
Yeah. With the exception of that last play of the quarter, she hasn't played since the 3:53 mark of the first. Sorry.
Moeller good on her free throws, makes it a 2-point ball game again. Bruner had her shot blocked by Allie Taylor. D&E takes over. Moeller driving on Falk. Falk strips that ball away, but Moeller comes up with it, and they call the foul on Morgan Bruner because Moeller runs into her. Her third foul with 2:22 left in the second quarter. Morgan has to come back out. And so do Destiny Hutchison and Grace Falk. They reset the shot clock to 20. Lobbed out. Sharp thought about the deep three. Monica Bragg staying right with her. Now a foul. I'm sorry, 3-second call, I believe, on D&E. And I know there were no free throws on that, but they say the ball don't lie, and Lady Toppers get the ball back. Thomas, top of the key to Bragg. Now it's Belknap left side. Now it's Tingle again. Driving. Spins back around. Bragg puts up the shot. Off the top of the backboard, Bragg comes in and rips that rebound away. Belknap's turn. Can't get this one to fall. Bragg again, the putback. No call after the contact. Tingle gets another rebound. Lady Toppers dominating. Tingle, spin, contact, and whistle. And call this one on Allie Taylor. It'll be her first, 6th team foul in the second quarter. Tingle can't get the first one. Second one, no good either. Silver gets the rebound. 95 seconds left in this first half. Sharp going to her right, 15 to shoot. Ball loose. Off of Sharp, and the Lady Toppers take over. Kitts back in for the Lady Toppers. Jemiah Johnson also back into the ball game. Eatsforth Yates back in at point guard as well for Davis and Elkins. Kitts Finds Corinne Thomas. Left side for Belknap. She finds Tingle. Right side for Kitts. She'll drive. Back to Belknap. Her turn to drive. Lays it up and in. Belknap now with 5. Lady Toppers tied at 34 with a minute left in the half. Leads for Yates against Fodor. Now down low to Kitts. I'm sorry, Kitts versus Jemiah Johnson. Johnson gets the bucket, and she is the first person to get double-digit points in this ball game, now with 10. The Toppers going to take their time on this possession. There's about an 18-second difference between shot and game clock. Fodor with 5 to shoot, gets to the paint, spinning back around, finds Kitts open for 3, gets it to fall. Jackie Kitts' first points in the game, and West Liberty takes the lead. 10 seconds left in the half. Each for Yates, looking.
The shot's going up.
Down to 5, deep 3, no good. Rebounded by Tingle, has a second left. Well, it's going to be close. Even if it went, that was going to be a close one. But the Lady Toppers take the 1-point lead into the locker room at halftime. A great job to come back and take that lead with one of the top players having some foul trouble early on here.
If you would have said that Morgan Bruner was going to miss most of the half, they would take this.
Well, we go down to Isaac Basinger, Coach Cooper. Isaac, take it away.
Coach, leading at the half, what do you have to do to close out this game?
I think we've just got to be more disciplined like we were in the second quarter. I mean, we hold them to 14 points in the second. That's where we want to be. We don't want it to be up there in the 18 to 22 a quarter range. It's just being disciplined and executing and doing the little things, but most importantly, talking. They run a lot of stuff. There's a lot of screening actions. We've got to talk through it. And I think we can pick up the pace on the offensive end more if we continue to get stops like we are.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Well, Sean, taking a look at this, the Lady Toppers got a lot of help from the bench. Grace Fodor, one of those players, 6 points, 3 rebounds in that first half, along with 1 assist and a block. But the Lady Toppers facing trouble with some of their starters, foul trouble, and the bench picked it up. The Lady Toppers came together and have a 1-point lead going in at halftime.
And you and I have talked about that previously. They need those role players to step up and give them not just rebounding or defense, production. There are going to be times that those players are needed for production, and they've stepped up tonight. I mean, this has been a really good first half of basketball for West Liberty. Clean some things up on the defensive end, maybe get some help on Johnson, and good things are going to happen.
Well, we will take the break for halftime. When we come back, we will have some stats, highlights for you from that first half. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world. Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship. I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So I go to football games, some basketball games, any other different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards athletics. I'm going to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team. The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home. I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go. I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me. I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at West Lib. So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head. This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned. The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road. So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
What if your bank offers CDs with consistently competitive and higher interest rates?
That's what I want.
What if, unlike other banks, they're normally open more hours? And they don't use high teaser rates on CDs only to lower them later.
Isn't that the way all banks should be?
And even more, several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank.
The right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good. What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back to Topper Station. It is still halftime here at the ASRC. The Lady Toppers lead it by 37-36. Let's take a look at some of those halftime replays and how we got to this point. We begin Well, we'll take that back on the replays. We'll go to some of the stats from that first half. Again, the Lady Toppers leading by 137-36. And Taylor Johnson leading the way with 9 points for the Lady Toppers. Moeller also with 9 points for Davis and Elkins. Jemiah Johnson with 1 assist along with Eatsworth Yates. They're leading both of those categories. Johnson with 7 rebounds in this ball game as well. For the Lady Toppers, Audrey Tingle 2 assists, Jackie Kitts with 5 rebounds. Some of the team stats in the first half. We told you the score. Lady Toppers shooting 37.5% from the floor, 23.5% from behind the arc, and 75 from the line. D&E close to 50% from the floor, 33% from behind the arc, and 57 from the line. Even for rebounds, 5 assists to 2. The Lady Toppers had the lead in that category. This will be a great second half. The Lady Toppers looking to get the regular season sweep on the Lady Senators tonight. We'll begin the second half with 4 of the 5 starters. Morgan Bruner with some foul trouble in that first half. The Lady Toppers, though, were able to bring in that 1-point lead into the locker room as these games get going again. Both teams back on the floor to start this second half. And the third quarter coming up. Possession will go to Davis and Elkins. It'll be Nestor. Throw this one in. Eatsworth Yates will start things off here, and Morgan Bruner sitting in the seat closest to us. She's letting us know it was her decision to start the second half, to sit, to stay out of foul trouble. Don't know if that was tongue-in-cheek, just kind of funny. Nestor gets this ball stripped away from her by Audrey Tingle. Now Tingle sets it up in the half court. Corinne Thomas puts up the 3, can't get it to drop. Tingle almost gets the rebound on that one. Eatsworth Yates goes left side. Kicks it back out. Bartonslager. Shot high off the glass, no good. Kitts in a fight for that rebound with Jemiah Johnson. Tingle comes up with it. Audrey, head up, looking, finds Kitts to the corner. Belknap is open. Can't get that 3 to fall. Nestor gets the rebound. Now Eatsworth Yates sets things up for D&E. Goes down to Jemiah Johnson, one-on-one with Jackie Kitts. She gets to the paint. Fakes, spins, puts it up, rolls around, no good. Tipped right to Jackie Kitts. Now, jump ball is called. Possession goes to the Lady Toppers.
Good positioning, good rebound. Jackie just needs to keep that ball in the air.
Tingle gets the play call from Coach Kyle Cooper. Left side for Corinne Thomas, the true freshman. Kitts back out to Tingle, 15 to shoot for the Lady Toppers. Now Liv Belknap. Back out for Taylor Johnson, finds Kitts. Driving, lobs it over right side for Belknap in the corner. 5 to shoot. Johnson puts up the 3. It's good. Taylor Johnson makes it 40-36, 12 points.
Don't know that we've seen her do the step back quite that deep, but that'll work.
Morgan Bruner now at the scorer's table, ready to be subbed into this ball game. 8 minutes left in the third. Nestor on the left side. Driving on Corinne Thomas. She's going to be fouled by Thomas. It'll be her second, team first of the third quarter. Bruner comes in. She takes the place of Liv Belknap. Now Peyton Moeller, number 15, comes into the ball game. She takes the place of number 10, Abby Bartonslager. Nestor converts her first, gives herself 4 points, and makes it a 3-point game. Second one good as well. It's 40-38. Lady Toppers still have the lead. Left side, Tingle to Johnson driving into the paint. She is going to be fouled in her shot attempt, so Taylor will get another couple of opportunities at the foul line. Kilpatrick picks up her first for Davis and Elkins, and the first team foul of the quarter as well for the Lady Senators. Johnson no good on the first. Second one does go 3 for 4 in this ball game so far from the line for Taylor Johnson. 13 points now, a game high. Nestor back to Eats for Yates. Sydney again. Picks up a dribble, finds Jemiah Johnson. Corinne Thomas there, shot no good. Jackie Kitts the rebound. Tingle pushing the pace. Looks left, finds Thomas, open for 3. Can't get it to fall, long rebound. Chasing it down is Audrey Tingle.
Who else, right?
Yep. I feel like we've been seeing that for 2.5 years now for the Lady Toppers from Audrey Tingle. Starting from day one as a true freshman. Eadsworth Yates along 3, no good, but the long rebound taken by Nestor.
That's one of the things that has to drive you nuts as a coach. There are too many rebounds that hit the floor.
Jay Kilpatrick takes this. She played quite a bit in their first matchup at Davis and Elkins. Bruner had her hands up, but somehow that ball in off the glass. Kilpatrick now with 4 points. It's a 1-point ball game. Johnson back out for Tingle. Driving. Gets that ball stripped away by Kilpatrick. Lobbed up for Moeller. No good. Jemiah Johnson, the offensive board, though. Tingle rips it out of her hands. Possession will stay with D&E. Fodor in for Thomas. Senior for freshman. Kilpatrick's pass in for Jemiah Johnson. Hands it back off to Kilpatrick.
This could be trouble. Bruner now trying to guard Johnson on the switch.
They go down to Jemiah Johnson. Bruner is there, backing down. Shot is good. Again, Morgan having to be aware of the fact that she has 3 fouls already in this game. Fodor at the other end gets her shot blocked by Nestor. A fight for the ball. Fodor not giving up whatsoever. Jump ball is called. Possession goes to D&E. These Senators setting things up in the half court. 5:40 left to play in the third. Kilpatrick finishes at the buckets. It's a 3-point lead for D&E. Johnson right side, top of the key to Fodor. Driving on Nestor, hands it off for Johnson. Puts it up, no good. Jemiah Johnson eventually picks up that rebound. Trapped in the corner by Jackie Kitts, tremendous job. They throw it out of bounds. Off of Jackie Kitts, possession stays with D&E, but they're going to have 5 seconds to get across half court, and Lady Topper's going to put some pressure on here. Nestor looking, finds Kilpatrick. Bruner on her. Up the floor to Eats for Yates with about 2 seconds to spare. Moeller, no good, off the underside of the basket. Now it's Jemiah Johnson, good. She now takes over the game-high lead in points with 14. That's a 5-point lead for D&E.
West Liberty on this end of the floor needs to get back to driving the basketball. That's what got them the lead at the half.
Now a foul on Moeller. It'll be her second, team second. And with that stoppage in play, it's going to be immediate timeout. We'll take the break. Lady Toppers down by 5, 46-41. 4:50 left in the third. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
I'll take 2 scoops on a cone. Actually, make that 3 scoops on a cone. Thanks to my free Kasasa checking account at Belmont Savings Bank, Kasasa gives me my hard-earned money back in the form of cash rewards. Go ahead and treat yourself to an extra scoop with Casasa's free rewards checking. Plus, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide.
Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking with
Welcome back, Lady Toppers. Trying to get the lead back. They had it going into halftime. They built on it a little bit. A 1-point lead going into halftime. They built on it a little bit early in the third, but Davis and Elkins has come back to take the lead. West Liberty has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds. They're one of their last 8 and from the floor, one of their last 6 from the three-point line. Davis and Elkins is on an 8-0 run in the last 2:46 and a 10-1 run the last 3:16. They've made their 3 of their last 4, but just 1 of their last 6 from behind the arc.
The problem when the outside shot is not falling is it leads to long rebounds and runouts on the other end. Taking advantage of that. You also look, the rebounds were even at the half at 20. D&E now up 7 in that category.
Grace Fodor with the behind-the-back dribble, the finish, the foul, and one opportunity coming up. She's got 8 points in this one. Nestor picks up her first foul, 3rd team foul of the third quarter. Fodor cannot convert the and one. Stays a 3-point ball game. Eatsforth Yates, guarded by Fodor, kicks it back over for Kilpatrick. Nestor driving on Falk. She fouls. Does Grace Falk, her first, team second.
Fouls on number 1, Grace Falk, first, team second.
So Nestor goes to the line to shoot some free throws. So far, she is 3 of 6 tonight from the line. 5 points, 6 rebounds for Nestor. First one is good. Second one good as well. There's 7 points, and it's a 5-point lead for D&E. 4:25 left in the third. Tingle, right side for Kitts. Now it's Falk driving, kicks it back out for Morgan Bruner. Cross court. Kitts on Jemiah Johnson, spinning. Finds Grace Falk. She gets into the paint, back out for Fodor. The movement here for the Lady Toppers. The 3 is up for Kitts, good again. Jackie Kitts, second 3-pointer of the ball game, makes it a 2-point game. Patrick gets it to Nestor, looking, puts up a long jumper, long rebound. Grace Fodor takes that one for the Lady Toppers. Chance to take the lead or tie on this possession. Tingle to Falk, open 3. It's good. The Lady Toppers take the lead back. Grace Falk now with 6 points. Eatsforth Yates again looking left side for Kilpatrick. Back to the top of the key. Trying the right side now. Screen set. Nope. Decides to go the other direction. No good on the fadeaway jumper. Kitts another rebound. Tingle. Pushing. Finds Kitts. Thought about the 3. Now she's going to drive. Good dribble move. Back out for Fodor and now Falk. Morgan Bruner going to be fouled by Jay Kilpatrick. That'll be her second, team 4th. Substitutions now for the Lady Toppers. Bragg and Hutchison in for Kitts and Tingle. Jackie Kitts has been playing tremendous here so far in the third quarter, let alone the entire ball game. Silver in, as well as Bulliard. They take the place of Eatsforth Yates. I'm sorry, no. I know Jemiah Johnson caught a breather. Bragg, right side, Falk again. Gets this one to drop once again. 9 points for the freshman. Lady Toppers up by 4.
You like her moxie, not afraid to take the big shot at all.
Lady Toppers have got some freshmen two true freshmen in Corinne Thomas and Grace Falk, a redshirt freshman in Destiny Hutchison that could really provide some good things in the future for this program. Shot there scored for D&E. 2-point ball game again, Hutchison. It's Falk, that three no good.
Heat check.
Absolutely, you got to when you're shooting them like that. Keep putting them up.
Already with a career high 9 points.
Allie Taylor, number 22, into the ball game. She takes the place of Sydney Nestor. 2:11 left in the third. Eats for Yates, trying to drive on Fodor, puts it up. Fodor, a hand in her face, well off. Fight for the rebound, jump ball. Lady Toppers get possession.
I'm sure there's a correlation with seeing the ball go through the basket, but the energy in the last 2 minutes or so from West Liberty is different. It's amplified a little bit.
1:50 left to play in the third. Hutchison bounced past to Fodor at the elbow. She'll drive right side of the lane, puts it up and good. Fodor, 10 points. Lady Toppers up by 4. The senior stepping up when she needs to. They want to go down low for Moeller. Grace Falk is there, now Bragg as well. Silver now, no good. Good post defense for Falk and Bragg by the Lady Toppers. Hutchison to Bruner. Nice little move, good. Morgan Bruner, 5 points. Lady Toppers lead by 6. If Morgan can get things going, it could be trouble for D&E. Taylor hands this one off for Eads for the Yates. 1 minute left in the third. 10 on the shot clock. A three up, no good. Rebound taken by Grace Fodor. Bulliard was on the miss for D&E. Back out, Falk again, no good. Off the rim, Fodor saves this one, but it will go back to Davis and Elkins. Corinne Thomas in for Morgan Bruner. Silver out, and Courtney Roth back in for D&E. .35 seconds left to play in the third. It's for Yates, right side. Wants to go down low, does, but a foul called. This will go against Bragg. It'll be her second, team third. Lady Toppers 2 fouls away from putting D&E in the bonus with just 25 seconds left. So they got at least one to give here before the end of the quarter. Bulliard looking. Pass almost stolen away by Bragg. It goes to Grace Fodor. Shot clock is off for the Lady Toppers foul, and Grace Fodor will shoot 2 as West Liberty now in the bonus. Eats for Yates called for the foul. That'll be her second. First one is good for Grace. Second one good as well. Grace now 1 point away from tying a career high in points that she got earlier this season at Malone. 13 seconds to shoot, or the end of the quarter, let's say. Down to 7. The drive. Eats for Yates. No good. Tipped around. D&E comes up with it. It's Moeller launching it. No good. And the Lady Toppers will end the third with an 8-point lead. And it looks like the starting lineup will be in when we come back from the break. Again, Lady Toppers up 58-50. We'll be right back for more on Topper Station.
I'm Jamie Bordas. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Borders and Borders, fighting for justice.
Welcome back, Sports Broadcasting. There you see Aaron Jeffries, our floor camera for tonight, using a new wireless camera. And I tell you what, I don't think there's anyone more excited about that than Aaron. There's Maria Murphy up in the window. And just above her, I don't know who's getting a shot of poor Joel, but he's up above Maria up on the track. But the sports broadcast joined the West Liberty student crew, open to all majors. Scholarships, work studies are available as well. Again, talking to Pat Robinson earlier today, a little shoot-around they have, impromptu shoot-around before the games start. The gym was open. He was asking me a little bit about it. I told him, hey, you know, football season, you can come do some sideline reporting for us as a student. And Pat's like, seriously? You're being serious about that? Like, yeah, come on out and do it. Didn't get to talk to him a ton about it, but we'll see how serious he is. I'm going to put Marlon Moore on the spot. I talked to him a couple years ago about it as well. He never came to do it, so we'll find out. We'll see. We'll put the pressure on Pat now. We've got athletes from softball, baseball, tennis. We've got all kinds of athletes on the student crew. Now it's time for basketball and football to be represented. Jay Kilpatrick back up to the top of the key. She goes right side. Downloaded to Maya Johnson. Mismatch there against Audrey Tingle.
Oh, that's a travel.
Lady Topper crowd, this Topper Nation here at the ASRC unhappy with that. Want a foul, a travel, something, maybe a double dribble. Belknap, top of the key to Johnson. Now Kitts looking. Finds Bruner. Bruner takes a little bit of contact. Now a whistle, a push. Call this on Courtney Roth. It'll be her second and team first in the fourth quarter. Belknap out for Johnson from the free throw line. Good. Taylor, 15 points.
It's taking candy from a baby. She's not going to miss that shot.
Back to an 8-point lead, 9:05 left in the ball game. Kilpatrick picks up her dribble. Finds Jemiah Johnson at the elbow. She'll drive on Kitts. Kicks it back out. A drive for Allie Taylor. She is fouled and one. They give the foul to Morgan Bruner. It'll be her fourth, team first. Here comes Corinne Thomas, true freshman for the senior. So 8:52 left in the fourth quarter. Lady Toppers lead by 6, trying to keep it there. They do. Rebound though by Jemiah Johnson. Kitts there, kicks it back out. Allie Taylor. A whistle and 3-second call. Lady Toppers get possession back. Tingle up the floor, right side to Belknap. Baseline kicks it back out for Taylor Johnson. Pump fake. Finds Jackie Kitts straight away. Corinne Thomas from the left. No good. Skying, trying to get that was Tingle, but Jemiah Johnson comes up with it. Johnson now with a double-double. Kilpatrick trying to make the dribble move. No good. Jemiah Johnson, another board. Good, and one for Johnson. That one goes against Jackie Kitts, her first, team second. Monica Bragg into the ball game. She takes the place of Kitts, and honestly, Jackie playing against Jemiah Johnson most of this ball game. For that to be her first foul with 8:20 left in the fourth, she's been playing some pretty good defense. Johnson no good on the free throw. Tingle races for that rebound. Up by 4. Head up, looking, right side to Johnson. Left side for Bragg. She drives, corner for Johnson. No good. Rebounded by Courtney Roth. Now it's Bolyard. Looking with 8 minutes left in the fourth. Bolliard going right side, lobs it up for Jemiah Johnson. It's there. Now the offensive foul is called as she's holding off Corinne Thomas. That'll be the second foul on Jemiah Johnson. Team second as well. Both teams with 2 fouls so far in this fourth quarter. Tingle lobs it to the corner for Belknap again. Looking, top of the key for Thomas. Back to Tingle. Inside, Bragg puts it up, reverse layup, no good. Last touch by, they say, Liv Belknap, and possession goes to D&E. Seven and a half to play, a 4-point ball game. And these two head coaches, former assistants for now athletic director of West Liberty, Lynn Allum. Bolliard driving the right side, off the glass and good. A 2-point ball game. Bolliard's first points. 7:05 left to play. Johnson behind the back, finds Corinne Thomas. Thought about it for a second. Now it's Belknap driving. Puts it up and good. Belknap, 7 points.
Really difficult shot, but one that West Liberty needed in the worst way.
Bolliard driving or trying to on Tingle again. Right side, this one well off. Tingle racing down the floor. Lobbed up for Belknap. Travel call. Not a huge, nobody really upset about that one. It's a pretty obvious travel, unfortunately. Sydney Nestor back into the ball game for Courtney Roth, number 11. And Moeller, Peyton Moeller, number 15, back in for Allie Taylor, number 22. Six and a half minutes left in this fourth. The Lady Toppers lead by 4. Top of the key for Kilpatrick to the elbow for Nestor. She'll drive on Thomas. They called a foul. Thomas picks up her third, team third as well. Bolliard with 15 to shoot, finds Nestor on the right side. Jemiah Johnson quickly over for Moeller. Moeller shot high off the glass, no good. Jemiah Johnson fighting for that one. Jump ball is called. Possession goes to the Lady Toppers. And we're having a little discussion here on the possession arrow. And even though the Lady Toppers had the last jump ball, it was D&E who got the ball at the quarter. Now it's Audrey Tingle. Left side for Taylor Johnson. Now Belknap again up for Corinne Thomas. 20 on the shot clock for the Lady Toppers. Plenty of time. Thomas looking, finds Taylor Johnson. Pump fakes the 3. Deep 2. No good. Rebounded by Monica Bragg. Put back is good. Bragg gets her first points in this game. And the Lady Toppers lead by 6.
Cannot understate what Monica Bragg has given this team today off the bench. That's her first bucket. Number of rebounds, a number of block shots, playing good defense in the post. Those are the kind of things you need.
Lady Toppers take the timeout after the bucket. We'll take the break as well. 64-58, 5:37 left to play in the fourth on Topper Station.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss Panhandle cleaning and restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Welcome back. The Lady Toppers' next game will be this Saturday, February 1st at 2 p.m. at the Rockefeller Center in Buckhannon, West Virginia. You can watch that game, a video broadcast of both women's and men's games that day on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14, and hilltoppersports.com, where you can find a link to our game, and you can also find all kinds of great articles, stats. Don Clegg, in charge of that, does a tremendous job. And again, if we sound smart on air, most of the time it's because of Don and the things he has written down for us. So a big thank you to him. Rex Lancaster as well does a tremendous job here. Operations inside the ASRC for all of these sporting events. And I mean, he gets it to the point where we just basically have to show up and we're ready to go.
And if people even knew half of what it takes to get that done, it's just incredible.
Jemiah Johnson down low. Bragg again on her. Shot is good this time, though. Johnson now with 20 points in this ballgame, 20 of the 60 for D&E. 5:15 to play. Johnson, Bragg cutting to the bucket. Spins back around and finds Fodor. She's into the paint. Kicks it back out for Tingle. Bragg's three. Oh, so close to going in, just a little bit short, but a foul called on the Lady Toppers. Be against Grace Fodor, her first, team fourth, one more, and D&E will be in the bonus. There's 5:01 still on the clock. Bolliard right side, finds Nestor. Same thing on the left side now. We've seen this quite a few times from D&E. Her drive shot is good. Makes it a 2-point ball game. Nestor up to 9 points. Corinne Thomas for three. No good, just shy. And two Lady Senators bump into each other. Jemiah Johnson gets another rebound. Johnson 18 and 13 now. Go down to Johnson again. Monica Bragg with her. Ball taken away now by the Lady Toppers. Taylor Johnson flying down the floor. Behind the back.
Oh, my.
And the finish. 17 points for Taylor Johnson.
She is skilled beyond belief.
A 4-point lead with just under 4 minutes left to play.
I wish everybody could have seen the look on Coach Cooper's face after that ball went through the hoop. It was a wow moment.
Monica Bragg gets the steal off of Moeller. Now it's a jump ball. Possession goes to the Lady Senators. They keep it. And it'll be immediate timeout. We'll take a look at this one more time before we go to break. Behind the back. And look at that finish. Taylor Johnson, highlight reel material. Hopefully we'll see some more of that in the last 3 minutes and 38 seconds when we come back on Topper Station.
James did great today. He looks great after his spa day. For being such a good boy, we'll take these two. Great. Thanks to my free Kasasa cashback checking account from Belmont Savings Bank, my Kasasa cash is paying for my dog's treats.
Kasasa pays you cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking and enjoy monthly cash rewards with Kasasa.
Welcome back. The Lady Toppers have a 4-point lead, 66-62, 3:38 left in the fourth. This has been a back and forth affair, a very exciting one. Leading scorer in this ball game, Jemiah Johnson, has 18, but right behind her, Taylor Johnson. As we said earlier, it has kind of been the battle of Jemiah versus Taylor. And also right behind them, Grace Fodor with 12 points. She is 1 point away from tying her career high. And also Peyton Moeller, 11 points. Those are all the double-digit scores for both teams in this game. Don't forget, folks, Lady Toppers still have Morgan Bruner on the bench. She has 4 fouls. Just waiting her opportunity to get back in this one. And as soon as I say that, she comes to the scores table. Moeller shot no good. Offensive board by Jemiah Johnson. That one does fall. 22 points for her in a 2-point ball game. Tingle right side for Grace Falk. Back up to the top of the key for Taylor Johnson. Around the horn, Monica Bragg. Grace Falk finds Fodor. Tingle going to be fouled by Rachel Bulliard, the 5'5" freshman from Streetsboro, Ohio. Morgan Bruner back in for Grace Falk. And Morgan will throw this one in right in front of us at the scores table. Tingle to Fodor. She'll drive, spinning back around, looking. Finds Bruner on the baseline, loses this one. And this one is saved by Monica Bragg. Taylor Johnson behind the back three, no good. Johnson another rebound for D&E. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Lady Senators. Moeller is bodied by Monica Bragg. She picks up her third foul, and that is the 5th team foul on the Lady Toppers. And it puts D&E in the bonus with 2:47 left in the ball game. First one goes for Moeller. She's got 12 points. Makes it a 1-point ball game.
You know, these two teams right beside each other in the standings. Not much separating them, and on the scoreboard there is nothing separating them.
Yeah, to say 66-66 right now, 2:45 left to play. Fodor looking, finds Monica Bragg on the left side. The Topper still moving. Taylor Johnson to Tingle. Finds Morgan Bruner, puts up the three, some contact, no good, and no call on the play. And now they call one on Grace Fodor.
Wow, he just told her that
Yeah.
she flopped.
We'll just leave it at that. Fodor picks up her second. And that sends Jay Kilpatrick to the line to shoot two. As again, D&E in the bonus. First one is good.
But let's not let that take away from what's really going on here. Here in the last 3 or 4 possessions, West Liberty has gotten away from going to the basket, settling for jumpers. They're not falling tonight.
Second one goes as well, 68-66, D&E with the lead. Tingle backing down, looking for someone. Finds Monica Bragg, spinning in the lane, puts it up with the left hand, rims out. Jemiah Johnson the rebound, out of bounds. Possession goes back to the Lady Toppers. Lady Toppers need someone to throw this one in. They'll get Grace Fodor. Fodor looking, finds Taylor Johnson open. Long two, no good. Audrey Tingle saying she stepped on the line.
On that play, however, Taylor Johnson had a mismatch. I would have liked to have seen her maybe go to the hole and try and at least draw a foul.
Down to 2 minutes left. That is the deficit for the Lady Toppers as well. Jay Kilpatrick left side, top to the key. Right side, here we go again. A switch. Travel call on Jay Kilpatrick. The Lady Toppers take over. .142 left in the fourth. The Toppers can tie or take the lead on this possession. Down to 90 seconds left. Fodor driving, spinning on Nestor. Puts it up with the right hand, no good. Jemiah Johnson the rebound. Looking for somewhere to go. Morgan Bruner almost tips us away from behind. Nestor now the lead pass. The Toppers wanted a travel call, didn't get it. Jemiah Johnson an offensive board, now the foul by Monica Bragg. It'll be her fourth. And Johnson goes to the line to shoot two.
Jemiah
Johnson good on the first, give her 23 points.
It's crazy for somebody who touches the ball as much as she does. It's only her second and third free throws.
No good on the second, 3-point ball game, 1:10 left. Tingle to Johnson, driving, spinning around, puts it up, good. 1-point game, 69-68, and now it's not a timeout, they're just fixing the clock here. Now at the scorer's table. And I guess they're just going to leave the clock as is.
Miles West Liberty set up its press.
Lee Bolliard, who's taken a huge chunk of this time at point guard here in the second half. They go down low for Moeller. Grace Fodor there with her, made the shot difficult, no good, tipped around. And I believe possession goes to the Lady Toppers. 37.3 left. Lady Toppers down by 1. 7-second difference between game and shot clock. Bruner takes the pass, goes to Taylor Johnson. Johnson, now a foul, going to be called as Bruner was knocked to the floor. They call this on Moeller. It'll be her third, team fourth. Reset the shot clock to 20, 27.3 left on the game clock, so 7.3 difference. Tingle goes left, hands this one off for Taylor Johnson. She's driving, spinning back around, gets the shot, can't get it to fall though, but Taylor Johnson shooting 2 big free throws.
How did that ball not go into the basket? It hit every part of the rim.
Taylor Johnson at the line.
Taylor in this ball game, 3 of 4 from the line tonight. First one is good. Tie ball game at 69. No good on the second, stays tied at 69, 15 seconds left. This one may be going to overtime. Bolliard. Now a timeout called by Davis and Elkins, 7 seconds remaining. We will keep it here, just a 30-second timeout. Boy, back and forth, back and forth. Taylor Johnson now with 20 points. Jemiah Johnson with 21. Lady Toppers gonna have to play some more good defense here, and for Davis and Elkins, you gotta think they're gonna try to go to Jemiah Johnson for this last shot, but maybe they'll try to use her as a decoy. We'll get to see here.
You would think that's what they would do, is go inside to her, because West Liberty has not had an answer all game here.
It will be Moeller to throw this one in. Again, 7 seconds left. Tie ball game. Topper's going to try to deny the pass into Johnson. Nestor driving on Bruner. Shot is good with 4 seconds left. Timeout by the Lady Toppers. Audrey Tingle will sub back in. And a reminder, both teams in the double bonus. So if there is a foul, no matter what, Lady Toppers will shoot 2.
For me, I put the ball in Taylor Johnson's hands and let her create. That is your best offensive option.
Oh, it's high drama here right now at the ASRC. The Lady Toppers looking for the regular season sweep over Davis and Elkins. They're trying to keep that from happening. They're up by 2 right now with 4 seconds left to play, but the Lady Toppers have possession. 5 on the floor. Tingle, Thoder, Bragg, Johnson, and Bruner. Morgan Bruner has been battling foul trouble all night. Just 5 points in this one. Bruner has taken just 4 shots. And now, timeout taken by the Toppers again. A 30-second timeout. Belknap will come in, so will Grace Falk. Again, we'll see how this one goes. I'm sure they saw how the defense is going to set up for D&E. No substitutions for them during this timeout. Five on the floor now. Grace Fodor comes out for Belknap. Get another three-point shooter in there. The Lady Toppers might be going for the win on this one. Tingle will throw this one in from the sideline. 4.1. Audrey finds Taylor Johnson. Driving. Puts it up. No good. Looking for the whistle. Didn't get one. And that is the end of the ball game. And folks, that is a tough ending to this ball game. It sure looked like some contact. And unfortunately for the Lady Toppers, it is a 1-1 series against D&E during the regular season this year, going for the sweep, and D&E picked it up and got a victory here late in this ball game. And we will have Isaac Basinger along with Coach Kyle Cooper. Isaac, take it away.
Coach Cooper, tough loss tonight. Give us your thoughts.
I just, a couple things didn't go our way there in the fourth. I thought we were playing really, really well, and then, we just don't finish a couple plays at big times, and then we get the looks we want on the other, and they just don't fall. So it's a tough one, tough breaks in the fourth, and, we just got to keep our heads up and keep fighting right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, thank you, Isaac, and thank you, Coach Cooper. The Lady Toppers fall to 7-12, 3-10 in conference play. And their next game will be at West Virginia Wesleyan on February 1st at 2 p.m. It'll be Isaac Basinger and myself on the call. You can watch that on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14. Go to hilltoppersports.com as well to check out some stats, highlights. I will have a link to our live broadcast as well. But the Lady Toppers fall in a very, very difficult ball game. There's really not a whole lot to say. The Toppers had their chances, just couldn't get that one shot at the very end of this ball game. Just a tough one for them, but very good play throughout.
It's an excruciating loss. We can't say that enough because you feel for these kids now. You've played well enough to win a ball game, and just for one reason or another, it's just not all coming together. You get the ball in the hands of the person you want to at the end, they make a good defensive play. I don't know what to say at this point, and I'm glad that it's not me in that locker room having to find something to say, because this group has given them everything they have, and they're not being rewarded.
That's exactly how I feel. Like I told you, practice earlier this week, for a good while now, upbeat. These kids were ready and raring to go. Had a very good practice yesterday and this whole week. Just couldn't come out and get the victory tonight. Unfortunate for the Lady Toppers. Again, we'll get to watch them play at West Virginia Wesleyan coming up this Saturday afternoon. So for Sean Ryan, I am Todd Allum. Thank you to everybody on the crew. Coming up in about 15 minutes or so, we will have the men's version of this rivalry coming up on Topper Station.
I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world.
Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you get up into the major top classes, it's a lot of like smaller classes to where it's like maybe 12 people. So you're a lot closer to the professor, you're a lot closer to the advisor, and then you get a lot more hands-on work whenever you're involved in the class.
You're building something. You're building a foundation because you're figuring it out, because you know who the people are.
Today, I'm going to work on some of the stuff here for my on-campus internship.
I do my internship here on campus with Alexis Mons. She is the athletic advancement coordinator, and she's also one of the people that is in charge of the alumni association. So like I go to like football games, some basketball games, any other like different athletic events here on campus. I also help with promotional ideas such as like what banners we need to use, what things we need to fundraise for, or like different things for the alumni association with what we should draw in towards like athletics.
I'm going to put on each of the reserve signs for those who wanted to reserve their seat for their Save Your Seat fundraiser for the basketball team.
The main thing that attracted me to West Liberty was probably the business program. I was researching a lot of like different programs throughout the state, and it's one of the top ones in the state. And then whenever I was looking more in towards like this program, such as sport management, it was one of the only ones in the state that was offered. The main thing that attracted me was probably the hometown feel. I'm from like a small town in my community, and I always wanted to get involved. So whenever I came here to the Hilltop, it just felt like home.
I'm part of the West Liberty baseball team here on campus, and we're getting ready for our Black and Gold World Series. Let's go.
I've always had an interest in athletics, so that's why I kind of chose this program. But whenever I go out, I want to try to get myself involved in college athletics. So my ultimate goal would probably be an athletic director at the collegiate level, but anywhere in the athletic program would be fine for me.
I hope this gave you a lot of good insight on this program here at West Liberty. If you want more additional information, please go check out our website today. And as always, go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at West Lib. So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head. This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes, and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned. The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road. So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day, and they're open most holidays. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low, and they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have no fees or low fees. Great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Look to wind some clock. Harris had it knocked away, gets it back. Out to Hosfeld. Bonifant, an open three. He'll drill it.
And the lead is at 23. Corey Pelly
just flew by my ear.
flies back onto the floor and leads the break as Alex Falk lays it up and in.
Stewart jets up the floor. Stewart picked up tightly by Jordan Fortney. Julian Sanders, a rainbow three. It won't go. Rebound, tipped around. At the buzzer, Scooter Rankin. It doesn't go! And the Hilltoppers have claimed the Atlantic Region Championship. West Liberty has done it. The Hilltoppers have won it. We're going to Springfield, Massachusetts. Harris to trigger the board. The inbound. Out to Alex Falk. 10 seconds to go. Falk, kick out. Hosfeld for three. Tied!
Holy Family content to stay back in its zone. Now the shot clock hits 8. Faithful backs it out, looking for anything. Hearn, shot clock at 4 from deep.
For the Hilltoppers. 3 seconds, puts up the three. It's good! Eric Moniger drains it!
Welcome back into Topper Station. The venue for this evening's matchup is the ASRC here on the campus of West Liberty University. Isaac Basinger, Sean Ryan joining me here for this Mountain East Conference matchup between the Davis and Elkins Senators and your West Liberty Hilltoppers. But first, this broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, Undos, IBEW, a special thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Clyde Campbell, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Generations, Main Street Bank, and Portis and Portis. Again, welcome into Topper Station. Isaac Basinger, Sean Ryan next to me. It should be a good matchup here tonight. The Hilltoppers come in winning 9 straight, looking to make it 10. And they're coming in against the Davis and Elkins team who won their last game and shot over 50% from the field, Sean.
They are a difficult team to prepare for in that you don't know exactly what they're going to do on a nightly basis. They've shown the ability to win some big games and then maybe lose some games that they haven't. But for West Liberty, and I think Ben Hallett would tell you this, it's never about what the opponent's doing, it's what West Liberty is doing. As you said, coming in, 9-game winning streak. If they win tonight, this would be the 10th straight year that they've won at least 10 games in a row at some point. On the heels of a hard-fought game at Rival Wheeling. But now it's kind of a little bit different. West Liberty clawed all the way back, had the early loss to Charleston that settled it down the Mountain East Conference standings. They've climbed all the way back up to first. Now instead of the hunter, West Liberty is the hunted.
Definitely, the Hilltoppers are definitely hitting their stride as they go into the rest of the season here. But now let's take a look at the Mountain East Conference standings. As Charleston lost this past Sunday to West Virginia State, so the Hilltoppers take a top of the Mountain East Conference of a record of 10-2 within the Mountain East, with an overall record of 15-3. They received votes in the latest D2 polls. Charleston underneath them, with Fairmont State, West Virginia State, Glenville State, Wheeling, West Virginia Wesleyan, Frostburg State, Davis and Elkins, Notre Dame College, Concord, and Urbana round out the conference at 3-9. Let's take a look at the matchup for this evening. We already know the records of both teams. Hilltoppers come into this one averaging 105.8 points per game compared to Davis and Elkins 73.1. And scoring defense still, the Hilltoppers hold the advantage there, 79.2 points per game compared to Davidson Elkins, 81.8. Rebounds, the Hilltoppers about 10 more rebounds per game than the Senators, and then assists per game still around 4 more than the Senators. The players to watch tonight for the Senators of Davidson Elkins, Dante Dolman, 46% from the field and averaging 18.4 points per game. Then Irkham Chris, over 50% from the field and averages 13.9 points per game. So, Sean, we look here at the West Liberty players to watch. Dalton Bolin, the Mountain East Conference Player of the Week, 47% from the field, 18.3 points per game, and surpassed 1,500 points here on the Hilltop. And then Will Yoakum, 56% from the field, and averaging 17.7 points per game. Well, we had Cub Varner able to catch up with Coach Hallett before the game. Cub, take it away.
Thanks, Isaac. Coach Hallett and I talked about last Sunday's matchup against Wheeling and the great rebounding his team did. He told me that it's not a skill that you do or do not have, it's just the will to go in and get dirty and get the rebounds. Talking about the Toppers opponent tonight, he told me his two keys for the game tonight were pressure and energy. Davidson Elkins has a small lineup tonight, so if they are strong in these two categories, the Toppers look fine. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cub. He does make some great points there. Talking about the Wheeling game, and then for tonight, it always seems like those are the same tips for the Hilltoppers, and it's definitely going to be interesting because you look over at Davidson Elkins' bench, 7 guys they brought here to play tonight. A pressure to West Liberty could definitely cause some havoc later in the game.
Put it this way, based just on the personnel that they were able to bring, this would be the biggest upset that I've ever seen if somehow Davidson Elkins is to pull this off. The only way is if West Liberty doesn't play West Liberty basketball.
Plain and simple right there as we're getting ready to get our starters underway. As they're getting ready to take them out right now. As Davidson Elkins has their starters ready, coming out of the tunnel first is number 1, Mandela Balay Droka, the 6'2" redshirt freshman from Auckland, New Zealand. And then number 4, Dante Dolman, the 6' senior from Rancid, West Virginia. Number 11, Emery Yildirim, the 6'2" junior from Istanbul, Turkey. And then number 20, Patrick Wilburn, actually a little bit of change in the starting lineup. Number 10, Tyler Twyman will start in place of him. And then number 23, Irkham Chris, the 6'8" senior from Istanbul, Turkey. Their head coach is Daniel Mondragon in his first season with the Senators with a record of 6-12. Now we get ready to get the starters for the Hilltoppers. They do a sway on the bench to get themselves a little bit of a rhythm to come out as they do normally. And now they're going to send them out right now. Coming out first will be number 3, Will Yoakum, the 6'5" sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. Then it will be number 4, Preston Boswell, the 6'2" junior from New Martinsville, West Virginia. And number 5, Dalton Bolin, the Mountain East Conference Player of the Week, the 6'4" junior from Gannett Hutton, Ohio. And then number 11, John Alessandro, the 6'7" redshirt freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio. And then rounding out the starting lineup for the Hilltoppers will be number 12, Luke Dyer, the 5'11" junior from Clarksburg, West Virginia. The Hilltoppers head coach is Ben Hallett in his 3rd season here on the Hilltop with a record of 69-12, looking for win number 70 here this evening. Just getting ready for tip-off here on the floor. Davidson Elkins in the all-black uniforms of a white stripe down the side, white numbers with a red trim. The Hilltoppers in the traditional home uniforms, all white, black down the shorts and on top of the jerseys. Black numbers with a gold trim. It will be Chris and Alessandro on the tip.
Those are some nice uniforms that Davidson Elkins is wearing.
I imagine they have to be newer with the Mountain East Conference logo printed on the back. As Alessandro wins the tip and Dalton Bolin hands it back to Luke Dyer. Luke Dyer will set up the offense for the Hilltoppers. Get it to Preston Boswell. Boswell finds Bolin at the top of the key. Bolin thinks about the shot, now hands it back to Boswell. Back to Bolin. Bolin will drive. Finds a cutting Boswell to the rim, and Boswell finishes.
Good patience to open this game for West Liberty.
As West Liberty comes out in their traditional pressure, Davison Elkins breaks it. Underneath now for the Senators. Kicks it out. Dolman outside for three, and he's going to knock it down. Luke Dyer gets it to Dalton Bolin. Dalton Bolin looks to answer, can't get this one to fall. Rebound by Dante Dolman. Dolman will set up here for the Senators. Gets to Bala Droka. Into the corner now, inside for Chris. Chris with Yoakum on him. Chris is going to get the ball poked away for a second, gets it back, and he's going to knock it down, the little baby hook. Toppers move with some pressure here. Down by 3. Boswell gets it to Alessandro. Alessandro in the corner for Bolin. To the top of the key. Yoakum will drive, kicks it out to Boswell. Boswell, kick it back out. Alessandro thinks about taking the shot, doesn't take it. 6 on the shot clock. Yoakum will take it, and it's good. Will Yoakum, nothing but nets.
He has been playing so well, and he gives West Liberty that 1-2 big punch with Bolin.
Baladroka gets it across half court. Baladroka now will control it for D&E. He will take it. Looks inside to Chris, can't get it into him. Outside 3 here by number 10, Tyler Twyman, and he's gonna knock it down. 8-5 the score here. Davison Elkins leads early. Bolin thinks about the open 3, doesn't take it. We'll take the mid-range jumper, and he's gonna get this one to fall for Dalton Bolin. Toppers still in that full court press as they normally are. Twyman takes the inbound pass, back to Dolman. Contact made, foul's gonna be called. That foul was on Luke Dyer, his first, team first. Dante Dolman will inbound. He gets it in. Here comes Chris, back to Dolman. And Dolman will take it back out here and we'll set up the offense. Dolman thinks about the 3, hands it off to Chris. Back to Dolman. Dolman on the baseline, puts a move, can't get the fall, rebound by Dalton Bolin. Luke Dyer hands it off to Will Yoakum for 3. Off the mark as this time, rebound by Irkham Chris. Twyman now controls it for the Senators. Finds Dolman down the floor, 2-on-1. Gets it to Yildirim. Yildirim will curl it back out to Twyman. To Chris, and to Baladroka. To Chris at the top of the key. Dalton Bolin on him, as Will Yoakum's gonna be in the passing lane on that one. To poke that one out of bounds. It'll be Davison Elkins basketball still. Hilltoppers make almost the wholesale change here. Leave Will Yoakum on the floor. Owen Hazelbaker, Pat Robinson, Bryce Butler, and Malik McKinney come into the game. Droka gets it to Dolman. Dante Dolman on the left wing. Turnaround jumper, and he's going to knock it down. That is a 3-pointer. 11-7 is the score here early.
D&E may have only brought 7 players, but the players they brought are bringing it.
Hazelbaker finds Robinson. Robinson looks to answer, can't get this one to fall. To be poked out. Will Yoakum takes a long rebound. Yoakum goes underneath, reverse layup, can't get the fall. Robinson's there for the tip. Pat Robinson. As Baladroka gets it in to Dolman. Dolman finds on the other side is Chris. Chris thinks about the open 3. Now try to back down Yoakum. Will drive into the paint. Shot goes up, can't get the fall. Rebound by Owen Hazelbaker. Toppers look to move and pressure. Will Yoakum finds Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker finds McKinney. McKinney at the top of the key, looks inside to Hazelbaker in the eyes of Malik McKinney.
Nice dive to the basket and even better pass.
Hilltoppers tie the game up. 15-13 left in the first half. Looking to get it across court is number 0, Miles Monroe. Eventually it's going to be brought up to Chris. Chris inside, drives to the basket. He's going to be fouled. That foul is on number 33, Owen Hazelbaker, his first, team second. Here come Chris, will head to the line and shoot 2. Here come Chris, the 6'8" senior from Istanbul, Turkey. Dalton Bolin in the game for Will Yoakum. Chris with a second. And he's going to make half of them here and take a 1-point lead for the Senators. As number 15, Elliott White, into the game now for Davis and Elkins, the 6'2" freshman from Elkins, West Virginia.
Strangely enough, one of only 2, along with Dolman, who are from the state.
As Dalton Bolin makes the long 2 here to give the Toppers a 1-point lead. Dolman looks to inbound, gets it in, trapped in the corner, but Dolman eventually takes a pass. They're going to get another foul on the floor. This one's going to be on Malik McKinney, his first, team third. Well, that stoppage of play will take a stoppage with us here on Topper Station. The Hilltoppers are up 1. We'll be back for more here on Topper Station.
Main Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the abouts for each school. Davis and Elkins College, enrollment of 805, founded in 1904, located in Elkins, West Virginia, with the team nickname being the Senators. As for West Liberty, enrollment of 2,526, founded in 1837, located in beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia, with the team nickname being the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers have a 1-point lead here at the first media timeout. Sean is a little closer than most would expect here so far.
D&E has come out scorching the nets, 4 out of 6 overall, 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc. The press hasn't been a factor to this point. I think it will be before this game is over, given the small number of players available. But I know Coach Hallett is not exactly pleased with how this has gone to this point.
Take a look at some of the stats so far. The Hilltoppers 1 of 4 from behind the arc and 6 of 10 from the field. Dolman will inbound for Davis and Elkins. Surveys his options, trying to find somebody who eventually gets it in to Miles Monroe. Droka now controls the basketball. Dalton Bolin right on him. Droka kicks it out to number 15. That's Elliott White, and he knocks down the open 3.
That's just too easy.
Robinson hands it off to Malik McKinney. McKinney at the top of the key. Finds Dalton Bolin. Bolin looking for an open man, now gets it in to Owen Hazelbaker at the top of the key. To Pat Robinson. Robinson drives, kicks out to Bolin. 6 on the shot clock. Bolin fires across court to Bryce Butler. He's going to drive high off the glass, and Bryce Butler gets it to fall.
That is not a true freshman move.
Hilltoppers getting ready for another line change. Dolman's going to get it in to Droka. Kicks it into the corner. And they'll set it back up with Dolman. You can definitely tell that Davis and Elkins wants to slow down the pace of West Liberty. As they get an offensive foul here for an illegal screen. That one's on number 11, Irmi Yildirim. his first, team first. West Liberty brings in the line change here. Luke Dyer hands it off to Dalton Bolin. Dalton Bolin gets to get it to Boswell, cannot control it, back to Dalton Bolin. Bolin thinks about the three, stops on a dime, looking for an open man, finds Dyer. Dyer for three, nothing but nylon for Luke Dyer. As I get another foul here against Davis and Elkins. This one's on number 1, Mandela Bela Droka, excuse me. It's his first, team second. West Liberty has a basketball at the baseline.
I thought they could have called that same foul on the same guy the last inbound play. Now we have another one.
As they get Will Yoakum this time for an illegal screen. Back-to-back offensive fouls for each team. Back to, it's almost like a reprieve here, a little bit of a reset. Dolman will inbound. Gets it in to Bala Droka. Back up to Dolman. Boswell is almost there to get the steal, but a little bit too aggressive this time, and that foul will go against Preston Boswell, his first, team fifth.
West Liberty picking up a lot of cheap fouls here early because they're getting beat to this spot.
12:36 left in the first half. Top of the key is Chris. Chris drives, gets this one in off the glass. As the official indicates, I have a delay of game call on number 23. Here comes Chris. One-point lead for West Liberty, 18-17. Luke Dyer finds Dalton Bolin. Bolin for three, can't get this one to fall. Rebound by Chris. Pass is going to be stolen here by Alessandro. Alessandro goes and lays it in. 3-point lead for the Toppers. Bala Droka finds Dolman. Dolman for three, off the mark. Rebound by Bolin. Bolin's going to get it poked away from him by White, and White will go and set up the offense. The official indicates that West Liberty had possession, therefore the shot clock needed to be reset, and therefore they've just put the shot clock at 23 seconds. 3-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 11:43 left in the first half. Dolman takes the inbound. Finds Chris. Back to Dolman. Dolman will slowly work it. Back to Chris. Chris thinks about the three, will drive here. Shot is up and in for Yerkum Chris.
Chris has gotten all the way to the basket on back-to-back possessions.
Boswell dumps it off to Luke Dyer to Bryce Butler. Butler wants to drive, spins, backdoor pass, but this one's going to be picked off by Bala Droka.
Right idea, but it wasn't there.
Dolman hands it off to White. White for three, off the mark, rebound by Will Yoakum. Underneath here to Bryce Butler, hands it off to Boswell, and he's going to get it to fall. Great passing there by the Hilltoppers.
Bryce Butler, again, unselfish.
Hilltoppers still in the pressure. And they're going to get a 5-second call here against Davis and Elkins. It'll be West Liberty basketball at the baseline. Luke Dyer will take it out for the Hilltoppers. Looking to get it in, and he does get it in to Bryce Butler. Butler finds Dyer. Dyer, backdoor cut by Boswell, and he's going to get it to fall. Twyman's going to get The ball stripped away from him. Boswell past to Yoakum. Yoakum's going to get it to rattle home. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor for Davis and Elkins. And the Hilltoppers now have the 7-point lead.
That's a good timeout by Davis and Elkins because this pressure is really starting to give the opponent fits.
As there's a timeout on the floor, we're going to take a timeout with them. The Hilltoppers are up 7 here on Topper Station. Welcome back in, everyone. Take a look at the series history between the Senators and the Hilltoppers. The 108th meeting between the two schools. West Liberty leads the series 78-29, and West Liberty won the first meeting down in Elkins earlier this season, 103-73.
When you look West Liberty up on the scoreboard, the D&E's still shooting 64%, 67 from three-point range. The first meeting, West Liberty won by 30. However, Davis and Elkins shot 57%, but turned the ball over 25 times.
And always look at the positives and negatives if you're Davis and Elkins coming into this one. 7-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Dolman, home run pass to Monroe. Monroe's going to get the layup.
We've seen that far too often, and you certainly don't want to see it right out of a timeout.
Luke Dyer at the top of the key for West Liberty. To Preston Boswell. Boswell finds inside Dyer. Can't get it to fall. Bryce Butler inside with the contact.
Bryce Butler is really coming into his own. It's fun to watch the development of not only him, but guys like Owen Hazelbaker.
As Luke Dyer gets the strip underneath here, as number 10, Tyler Twyman, was going up to the hoop. And again, Luke Dyer just does that. It seems like every single game he goes up and just strips the ball out of a player's hands. And it's just a very good defensive player for the Hilltoppers. Monroe will inbound. Throws it all the way into the backcourt there. It's going to be caught by Tyler Twyman. Twyman gets it across half court and will slow it down. 15 on the shot clock. Monroe for 3 off the mark. It's going to be tipped around, and Tyler Twyman's right there to get the rebound. Over to the other side for 3. This one's off the mark for Yildirim. The Hilltoppers look to move some pressure here. Boswell finds Bolin. Bolin off the bounce right there. Lays it in and count the basket. Hoop on the harm for Dalton Bolin.
It's nothing major. It's a subtle head fake. And the defense has to respect that because of how good of a shooter he is. He gets past an initial wave of defense, there's nobody home. The help is late, it ends up as an and one.
That last foul was on number 23, Irkham Chris. His first, team third. Dalton Bolin at the line trying to complete the original 3-point play. Dalton drains that one. 10-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 9:17 left in the first half. Dolman gets it into Badla Droka. Finds Monroe. Monroe down the center, off the front of the iron. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Pat Robinson. Robinson drives in a lane, kicks it out, finds McKinney. McKinney, shot's going to go up. It's going to get blocked. Battle for the basketball. It's going to be won by the Senators. That's going to be won by Yildirim. Dolman gets it back to Yildirim. Gets it across half court to Monroe. Monroe towards the top of the key, now at the top of the key. Gets it inside to Chris. Chris tries to find the cutting Yildirim. Chris will take it himself. Kicks it back out to Monroe. Monroe can't handle the hot pass and now gathers it together. 5 on the shot clock. Monroe's jumper can't get the fall. Battle for the basketball. It's going to be tipped by McKinney to Alessandro. Alessandro sends it back to Dalton Bolin. Bolin, mid-range jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Chris.
Chris did a good job of challenge that on the help. Made Dalton shoot over top of him. It's a backcourt violation now.
Just an absence of mind there for the Senators. Backcourt violation, as you mentioned, Sean. The Hilltoppers still have the 10-point lead. On the floor for the Hilltoppers, Preston Boswell, Pat Robinson, Dalton Bolin, John Alessandro, and Malik McKinney. Pat Robinson now takes the pass from Preston Boswell. Robinson drives to the basket with his speed. He's going to get it to fall. 33-21, under 8 left in the first half. Droka takes the inbound pass. Monroe into the corner for White for 3. Wide open, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Yildirim. Sends it back out to Dolman, who will reset the offense. Dante Dolman at the W and the WL at midcourt. Monroe drives to the paint. Can't get this one to fall. Voids the shot clock violation. Malik McKinney gets the rebound. Finds Preston Boswell, who's going to get the layup.
Textbook example of filling the lanes as the ball handler is coming down the middle of the floor.
Hilltoppers are definitely doing a good job of transition offense. Droka takes the inbound pass. Dolman will set up the offense. 35-21, the Hilltoppers lead. 6:50 left in the first half. Dolman will drive. Shot is up, no good. Rebound by West Liberty. McKinney gets it up to Alessandro. Alessandro hands it off. Bolin for 3. Off the iron, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Yildirim. Yildirim gets it up to Dolman. Dolman back to Yildirim. Good give and go there as Yildirim gets the easy layup.
Not good transition defense at all that time from West Liberty.
Pat Robinson goes to the rim, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Dalton Bolin, puts it right back up for Dalton. 37-23, 6:10 left in the first half. Dolman gets it into Droka. Droka now in the lane, drives to the hoop, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Dalton Bolin.
Thought he got fouled that time.
Pat Robinson inside's going to be grabbing him.
Ooh, that's got to be intentional. That has to be intentional.
Looking for the foul call here. So they do not call an intentional foul. The foul's on Irkham Chris. His second, team 4th.
See, the issue I take with that is the defender never tried to play the basketball.
As the foul is actually now on Dante Dolman, switched it back. Gonna make Dante Dolman's first, still team 4th. Pat Robinson cannot make the first free throw.
Pat Robinson is the loss. Luke Dyer back in.
37-23, the Hilltoppers lead. Pat Robinson goes and makes half, 38-23. Dolman will inbound, showing a little bit of fatigue on the floor. Get it into Monroe. Monroe's pass is going to be knocked away, but they're going to get a foul here on John Alessandro.
That's 6 white.
But you take that foul because that's aggressive. Just trying to make a play. Just got the bodies tangled up.
Just a classic case. That was like a football play there, a little bit of 50-50 jump pass, and most of the time you'll take those odds.
With Alessandro jumping, yeah, I'll take him every time.
Droka inside on Luke Dyer. Kicks it back to White. White in the corner. Gets it back to Droka. Droka picks up his dribble. Eventually gets it out to Irma Yildirim. Yildirim will drive. Will not get the basket to fall, but that's going to be a foul on John Alessandro. As Irma Yildirim will head to the free throw line.
It's a really nice crossover here. Foul line extended that time.
That was the 7th team foul against the Hilltoppers. The Senators will be in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half. On the floor now after the substitutions for the Hilltoppers, Luke Dyer, Owen Hazelbaker, Bryce Butler, Will Yoakum, and Pat Robinson. Yodrum at the line. Gets this one to fall. 50% that time. 38-24. 5:15 left in the first half. Luke Dyer at the top of the key. Tries to get in the corner to Yoakum. Butler picks it up, back to Yoakum. Hazelbaker in the corner. Yoakum with the floater, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Chris.
It looked like that time Will was kind of unsure once he got in the air whether he wanted to just try and put it right in or use the backboard.
Dante Dolman on the right wing. Yoakum tried to be a little bit too aggressive that time, went for the steal. That foul is going to be on Will Yoakum, and we'll get Dante Dolman free throws, but we're not going to get those until after the break here on Topper Station. The Hilltoppers are up 38-24. We'll be right back here on Topper Station.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. At Bordis & Bordis, when we see this, we do something about it. We can't prevent bad things from happening, but we can get justice when they do.
Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
Welcome back. You can see here if the graphic is on your screen, Dalton Bolin, as we mentioned a couple times already, was the Mountain East Conference Player of the Week. A great performance this past week and had an even better performance against Wheeling University. And also during that game against Wheeling University, Dalton Bolin over 1,500 career points, so congrats to Dalton. And just taking a look at some of his stats from the month of January, Dalton Bolin is averaging 17.8 points per game and 11.2 rebounds per game, averaging a double-double. I'm going to say that's pretty good, Sean.
Absolutely, and what he's done this month is solidified himself as a major contender for the MEC Player of the Year award, which will be handed out, about 2 months now.
Dante Dolman at the free throw line.
It's a 1-1 for Dante Dolman.
He will be shooting the 1-1. Luke Dyer, Will Yoakum, Pat Robinson, Hazelbaker, and Bryce Butler on the floor for the Hilltoppers as Hazelbaker gets that rebound. Luke Dyer to Pat Robinson, back to Dyer, to last year's Freshman of the Year in the Mountain East Conference, Will Yoakum. Dyer back to Yoakum, back to Dyer. A zone defense here for the Senators. Pat Robinson tries to break it, tries to get this one to fall, will not. Rebound underneath by Bryce Butler, goes up, gets it poked away. Hazelbaker's right there, contact made, and Owen Hazelbaker head to the free throw line.
Talking about awards, he's not going to win it simply because he doesn't have the numbers. But from a pure eye test of everybody I've seen this year, Bryce Butler is the best freshman in this conference.
Definitely way matured before his years here for West Liberty, as Hazelbaker cannot knock down the first. That last foul was on Miles Monroe. Hazelbaker can't get this one to fall, but rebound by Will Yoakum. Gets this one poked away by Chris. And now Dante Dolman will control it. Under 5 minutes left in the first half. This ball at Droka barely gets it over the line before the 10-second call. Yodrum in the right corner driving. Kicks it back out, but this one's going to be picked off by Bryce Butler. Luke Dyer finds Yoakum wide open for three. It's good, Will Yoakum. Yodrum finds Bala Droka.
Yoakum came into tonight out at 48%, for almost 49% from three-point range.
Yildrum with the drive and gets the baby hook to fall. 41-26, 3:10 left in the first half. Boswell to the top of the key to Dyer. Hazelbaker inside to Bryce Butler. Kicks it back out. And in the corner is Luke Dyer to the top of the key. Butler for three. Front iron, can't get this one to fall. Rebound by Yildrum. Monroe, Miles Monroe in the paint. Steps around Luke Dyer. Dyer comes up a little bit gimpy as this foul is also going to be on him. It's going to be Luke Dyer's second foul, team 9th. Dalton Bolin back in the game. Owen Hazelbaker will take a seat. Miles Monroe at the free throw line. The 6'3" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. This one off the back iron, rebound by Dalton Bolin. Preston Boswell, back to Luke Dyer. Yoakum. Yoakum looks inside to Boswell with a great pass, and he finds Bryce Butler. 2:25 remaining in the first half. Hilltoppers with the pressure. Bala Droka breaks it. Corner three for Yildrum off the front iron. Right there is Bala Droka. Finds Yildrum again to Miles Monroe. Monroe will take the straightaway three. Can't get it to fall. Boland's right there to get the rebound. Well, there's a foul on the floor, and this one's going to be against Chris. That's going to be Chris's second foul, team 5th. Boswell will take it down the floor. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Senators still in the zone. Boland from the parking lot, can't get it to fall. Luke Dyer saves it. Tries to go for fancy passes. Boswell gets it poked away. Straight to the top of the key. The rebound is going to be taken by Davis and Elkins. Chris will slow it down, gets it back to Dolman. Dolman will slow it down. 1:30 left in the first half. The Hilltoppers have the 43-26 lead. Dolman finds Yildrum. Looking inside to get to Chris. He now gets it inside to Chris. Chris, baby hook, can't get it to fall. Right there is Bryce Butler to corral the rebound. Luke Dyer. Dyer finds Will Yoakum inside to Boswell. Another quick pass there. Bryce Butler goes up and he's going to be fouled. Bryce Butler will head to the free throw line. That foul is on number 23. Yurkum Chris, his third, team 7th. Hilltoppers will be in the bonus the rest of the way out.
Another good example of interior passing and knowing where your teammate is going to be at all times.
Bryce Butler knocks down the first. Pat Robinson back into the game for the Hilltoppers. And Preston Boswell's had a lot of great passes so far this game. 2 assists already. Had a season high for the Hilltoppers, 9 against Davis and Elkins earlier this season. Malik McKinney comes in the game now for Bryce Butler. For Will Yoakum. A minute 7 remaining in the first half. Bala Droka pushes it down the floor to White. Back to Bala Droka. Under a minute remaining in the first half. Driving as they're going to get the offensive foul against Mandela Bala Droka. That's his second, team 8th. And with only bringing 7 guys, you can start getting into foul trouble. You're going to be starting running out of people to play. Pat Robinson drives, mid-range floater off the glass. Pat Robinson.
Look at the way he gathered himself when it looked as though he was off balance. Just terrific body control.
McKinney almost there, gets the steal. Bala Droka will get it up to Elliott White. 30 seconds left on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Elliott White kicks it out to Twyman. Twyman can't get the fall. Rebound by Bryce Butler. Hilltoppers can hold for the last shot. And that's exactly what they will do. 10 seconds. Pat Robinson at the top of the key, stalking his prey. Finds Boswell. Boswell drives, splits the defenders, can't get it to fall. Foul on the floor. Preston Boswell will head to the free throw line.
You can start to see it now.
That foul is on number 4, Dante Dolman. His second, team 9th.
The pace of the play, only dressing and bringing 7 players. That was a tired defensive effort by Davidson Elkins.
Boswell knocks down the first. Alessandro comes in the game for Dalton Boland. 48-26 the Hilltoppers lead. And Boswell knocks this one down as well. 49-26, 2.7 seconds left in the first half. It's going to be thrown to Bala Droka. Droka, as Twyman throws one up for fun, almost knocks it down, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. Hilltoppers have the 49-26 lead here at the break. It's a little bit of a slow start, but getting back together here. We'll see what Coach Hallett thinks, because Cub Varner is at midcourt with him. Cub, take it away.
Coach, you really got things going there late in the first half. What do you guys got to do to keep this going in the second?
We talked about having energy and pressure in the locker room before the game. I think towards the end of the first half, we had the energy, and hopefully we can continue to have that in the second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Cub. The Hilltoppers are up 49-26 here at the break. Sean, just give us some of your final thoughts on the first half.
As usual, a lot of times when West Liberty this year has played lesser opponents, I feel like it's more of a workmanlike effort. I would like to see more pressure and more pace. There were too many times where D&E was able to break the pressure, get it across half court, and bleed the shot clock all the way down. I don't think Ben wants to see that. They want to see the game played at their pace. Only 7 guys dressed for D&E. You already see that there's some fatigue. Maybe halftime came at a good time for D&E, but you're down 23 points. It's not going to get better.
And we'll definitely see if it does get better for Davidson Elkins, or if the Hilltoppers can continue to roll here and look for win number 10 of the season. And we'll be back for the second half here on Topper Station.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Fike. I'm a sport management major here at West Liberty University. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be in this program. So now we're heading to my sport law class with the one and only Dr. Crow.
So he argued that the NCAA was basically being arbitrary and capricious in applying its rules. What does that mean, that term? I've heard it a couple times.
The sport management program here involves those who want to work in athletics inside the business industry. We are actually taking a lot of business core classes, anything that involves with finance, management, and marketing. So like once you go out into the real world, you could probably find a lot of like business related jobs, but also it would also propel you for a sports job in the real world.
Now we're heading to my consumer behavior class with the wonderful Professor Loy.
We're going to do a leadership lesson today. It's not a long lesson, but that's what we're going to do today, and talk about, tying it back into consumer behavior and what it means for us to know our customers.
The one thing that comes to mind that's really unique about this program is whenever you
like to be in the creative art therapy program at West Lib. So now I'm heading to my creative art therapy assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of the scribble drawing for our art therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything, and the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head. This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned. The creative arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates. There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from West Lib. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy. So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with. I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with. Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now. West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes. West Liberty is certainly preparing me for the future and giving me a solid foundation to work on when I extend my education down the road. So hopefully that gave you some insight as to what it is to be a creative art therapy major at West Lib. So if you have any questions, go online and check us out.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day, and they're open most holidays. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low, and they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have no fees or low fees. Great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good. What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this year.
Welcome back into Topper Station. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. As we get ready here, the Hilltoppers score their first points of the game. Preston Boswell on his way up. And then it goes Will Yoakum, but Pat Robinson right there for the tip-in. Bryce Butler inside, knocking down the basket. And then right there is Dalton Bolin. And then Will Money 3 on the outside. Will Yoakum knocks down the big basket. Let's take a look at some of the stats from the first half. As the team statistics right there, Hilltopper shooting over 50% in the first half, 57.1. Three-point percentage, Davis and Elkins has a little bit of the advantage there. The Hilltoppers kind of went dry from behind the arc in the first half. Free throw percentage, Hilltoppers making around 2/3 of their free throws. Rebounds, Hilltoppers have 22 compared to Davis and Elkins is 13. And assists, West Liberty with 11 compared to Davis and Elkins 5. Take a look at some of the individual stats here. Preston Boswell leads the way for the Hilltoppers with 10 points. And for Davis and Elkins, here come Chris with 7 points. Assists tied here for multiple players for the Hilltoppers. Luke Dyer with 2, Yildrum with 2 for Davis and Elkins. And then rebounds, Dalton Bolin with 7, Yildrum with 4. A couple seconds away here from beginning the second half. Sean, what do the Hilltoppers need to do in the second half?
Believe it or not, I think they need to play faster. They play fast all the time, but I think they have another gear that they can get to, particularly with how shorthanded Davis and Elkins is. They really need to push the pace.
And you know Coach Hallett wants to do that even if they played super fast in the first half or even super slow as they do here. You know he's always going to have to come in and push the pace. Same starters for both teams here in the second half. Tywin now gets it up to Bala Droka. Top of the key is Chris. To number 1, Bala Droka. Dolman's foot's on the line. That's going to be a turnover for Davis and Elkins.
The 9th tonight compared to West Liberty's 4.
Luke Dyer will set up the offense for the Hilltoppers. Hands it off to Will Yoakum. A little bit of a weave here for the Hilltoppers. Luke Dyer now has the basketball. Stops on a dime, gets it to Will Yoakum. 14 on the shot clock. Alessandro to Dyer at the top of the key. Preston Boswell back to Dyer. Under 10 on the shot clock. Dyer spins in the lane. Throws up the shot, and Luke Dyer drains it.
Smallest guy on the floor going in there against the trees.
Dolman will inbound, gets it into Bala Droka. Dyer almost there to poke it away, back to Dolman. Dolman in a little bit of a trap here. Get it across here, Chris for 3, can't get it to fall. Ball hits the ground, rebound by Luke Dyer. Hilltoppers have numbers here, 4 on 5. Bolin, corner 3, in and out, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Yildrum. Yildrum on the ground with the loose basketball. As they're going to call Luke Dyer for a foul on the floor. The official must have had a better angle than us. That's going to be Luke Dyer's 3rd foul, team first of the second half.
Mike Lazo had called that a timeout for Davis and Elkins, and the Davis and Elkins coach was even over there signaling for a 30-second. He must have gotten overruled.
Bala Droka kicks into the corner for 3, and Yildrum knocks it down. Dyer looks to hand it off, will keep it himself. Now he hands it off to Boswell, who hands it off to Alessandro, back to Dyer. Will Yoakum at the top of the key. Finds Luke Dyer yet again. Inside, good pass as he finds Sean Alessandro.
You look at how slowly the Senators are taking the ball out, just gassed. In no hurry whatsoever.
West Liberty up 53-29, 7:49 left in the second half. Dolman kicks it out to number 10, Tyler Twyman. King gets a fall rebound by Dalton Bolin. Bolin now with a game-high 8 rebounds. Yoakum with the handoff from Dyer. Can't get this one to fall. Rebound by Dolman. The Droka to Chris to Dolman. Dolman will shoot the 3 off the mark this time. Rebound by Alessandro, who gets it up to Dyer. Dyer to Boswell. Inside now is Will Yoakum, who kicks it out to Bolin. Bolin back to Yoakum. Yoakum in the paint, spins, loses his balance for a second. Can't get this one to fall. This one's going to go out of bounds, but they're going to get a foul against number 1, Mandela Bala Droka with a little bit of a trip there. That's going to be his 3rd foul, team first.
Cannot afford foul trouble. And the problem is, when you get tired, you get lazy. We all do.
As Will Yoakum was right there to tip that one in off the inbound. Hilltoppers rearing up for a change here. Corner 3 for Yildrum, off the mark. Yildrum right there to get his own rebound. Dolman sees a lane, he's gonna take it, drives, gets this one to fall as Dalton Bolin's right there on defense. Dyer hands it off to Bolin. Gets it inside to Yoakum. Yoakum gets up. This one's gonna be stripped out of his hands by Emery Yildrum. But it's going to be taken right back by Preston Boswell. He's going to be fouled. They get the foul on number 11, Emery Yildrum. His second, team second. Hilltoppers make some changes. Preston Boswell will stay on the floor. Pat Robinson, Bryce Butler, Malik McKinney, and Owen Hazelbaker will come in. Pat Robinson will take the point. Finds Bryce Butler to Malik McKinney. Back to Robinson. Robinson on the right wing will drive in the paint, dumps it off to McKinney. McKinney right there, goes up strong, gets the basket to fall.
Nice unselfish play by Pat Robinson to find an easier shot.
As Dolman will throw this one away, it'll be Hilltopper basketball at the baseline. McKinney will inbound. Finds Robinson. Robinson will drive. Will kick it out to McKinney. McKinney thinks about the rim range. Doesn't take it to Robinson. Robinson jump stop. Gets the shot up and he gets it to rattle home. 59-31, the Hilltoppers lead. 15-27. Chris finds Tywin in the corner. That one's good for Tyler Tywin. Robinson will drive, gets this one to fall. Pat Robinson with just pure speed. As Davis and Elkins will call a timeout on the floor. The Hilltoppers are up 61-34. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back right back here on Topper Station. Welcome back. The Hilltoppers are up 61-34. 15:08 left in the second half. And Sean, it seems like the Hilltoppers came out with a little bit more possessed there, or maybe it's just Davis and Elkins is really tired.
Or maybe somewhere in between. And I also think that West Liberty has come out here with a killer mentality. They want to put this game away as quick as possible. And the Toppers are on the way to doing that.
As Monroe eventually gets up to Bala Droka, who will get it across half court. Number 1 for the Black. As he gets it into Chris. Chris will drive. He's going to get this one poked away by Owen Hazelbaker. Robinson moves in transition to Bryce Butler to Preston Boswell at the top of the key, who hands it off to Malik McKinney. Hilltoppers will start with 19 on the shot clock. Boswell looking inside, gets into Hazelbaker, goes for the touch to knock it down, cannot get it. Rebound by Monroe. Gets it up to Chris, to Bala Droka. Droka finds Twyman. Twyman's going to get this one to fall. Just great passing there for the Senators. McKinney finds Robinson to Hazelbaker. Gets it to McKinney again. McKinney drives, can't get this one to fall. They're going to get a foul against number 4, Dante Dolman. Malik McKinney will head to the free throw line. As they're taking a timeout on the floor. We're going to take another one with them here. The Hilltoppers up 61-36. We'll be right back here on Topper Station.
I'm Jamie Bordas. Trust is important in any relationship. This is especially true when hiring a law firm. I want our clients to trust us. I want them to trust that we're being honest with them, to trust that we're going to fight for them, and that we're going to get a great result. At the end of the case, I want to be able to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and know that justice was done.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice.
Welcome back again here. Second media timeout of the second half. Hilltoppers still up 61-36. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. Dalton Bowen with 8 rebounds so far. That's a game high. Pat Robinson, 5 of 8 from the field with 11 points. He's the leading scorer for the Hilltoppers. And it just seems like Pat Robinson, it might not seem like he's having the greatest of games sometimes. You just look down at the stat sheet and he's in double figures.
Absolutely correct. I was thinking the same thing.
Malik McKinney at the free throw line. McKinney knocks down the first. The 6'4" sophomore, the transfer from Seton Hill University. He takes his time, fires and knocks this one down also. 63-36. Inbound pass is going to be tipped to there by Butler. Trap in the corner as they get Malik McKinney for a foul here in the corner. That's McKinney's second, team second here in the second half. Dolman gets it into Chris. Chris will get it across half court. Finds Bala Droka, who hands it off to Twyman. Twyman with Boswell on him, looking for his man, tries to get into Chris. Hazelbaker's right there to pick it off. Pat Robinson finds Hazelbaker to Boswell, spins, and he's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be on number 4, Dante Dolman. That's going to be his 4th, team 4th of the half. Interesting enough, Dante Dolman stays on the floor. Dyer will inbound. Gets it into Dalton Boland. Dalton Boland backing down White. Boland goes up and makes it look easy.
He really did. Nice and under control. Didn't use too much of his body to create contact and maybe get an offensive foul.
As Monroe gets it across half court to Dolman. Dolman hands it off to Bala Droka. Droka back to Monroe. Monroe goes for the floater, and he's going to drop this one.
Nice move, going left and coming back to his right at the last second.
Good pass there by the Hilltoppers, and Will Yoakum says, look out below.
That's his nightly dunk. Got that out of the way now.
We saw the acrobatics and tumbling team do something at halftime. We just saw Will Yoakum do his best impression. Because that dunk was definitely acrobatic. Twyman will drive, gets this one to rattle home. 67-40, 12:35 left in the second half. Bolin hands it off to Robinson. Robinson will drive, puts the shot up, can't get this one to fall. Dalton Bolin right there with the rebound. Bolin comes out of the crowd and just puts it up and in. Dalton Bolin.
Are you kidding me right there? 4 guys in there and he muscled it up.
Hilltopper's going to steal. Dyer hands it off to Alessandro. Alessandro for 3. Front iron, can't get the fall. Rebound by Twyman. Twyman throws it up to Dolman. Dolman spins. His shot's going to be blocked by Alessandro.
I think John might have needed a play like that for his confidence.
Toppers not slowing down. Alessandro with the handoff finds Bolin inside. His shot's going to be blocked. A great defensive play there by Miles Monroe. Monroe will kick it up to Bala Droka. Droka. Twyman in the corner for 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Dalton Bolin.
That should be 10 for him.
As it is, Dalton Bolin yet again a double-double here this evening. Yoakum inside. Count the basket, Will Yoakum. As the foul's on number 0, Miles Monroe. His second, team 5th. At the line right now, Will Yoakum. 14 points on a night, 6-11 from the field, 2 of 4 from behind the arc with 3 rebounds and 19 minutes played. As Yoakum finishes off the 3-point play. 72-40 the Hilltoppers lead. Looking to add more on. A 5-second call here on Dante Dolman. It'll be Hilltopper basketball at the baseline. You can definitely start to see the fatigue here in the Senators. As Yoakum takes the throw in and puts a little baby hook on it. Will Yoakum, he scores in bunches, folks.
Well, let's talk about the fact that you're up 32 and you force a 5-second call. That's just playing hard no matter what.
It's definitely the Hilltopper way. Up by 34, Dolman finds Twyman, who gets it inside to Chris. Alessandro's right there, but great finish there by Erkham Chris. Dyer uses his speed, but can't finish at the hoop. Rebound by Dante Dolman. Dolman trying to find somebody. Gets it up to Chris, who gets it up to White. White will curl back out and set up the offense. They will go with 18 on the shot clock. White finds Yildrum. Yildrum tries to go for the reverse layup. Alessandro's there. Goes for the block. Contact made. Foul on John Alessandro. And number 11, Irma Yildrum, will head to the line.
This is a growing situation right now, if I'm being honest, for John Alessandro. They are isolating him, and they are going at him every play.
Yildrum knocks down the first free throw. Yildrum, the 6'2 junior from Istanbul, Turkey.
But John will learn from this. I mean, that's part of it.
As Bryce Butler has came into the game for Alessandro. 30-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 10:30 left in the second half. Bolin hands it off. Dyer back to Bolin. Yoakum at the top of the key to Robinson. Robinson looks inside, now gets it inside to Butler. Butler cross-court pass. Bolin for 3. Can't get this one to fall. It's going to be tipped around, and Dyer will take it. Robinson underneath with Dolman on him. Robinson goes for the acrobatic basket, and he gets it to fall. 76-44, the Hilltoppers lead. Twyman takes the inbound pass, who finds Yodrum. They have numbers, the Senators do. Gets it into Chris. Chris reverse layup, gets us the fall. They're moving up and down the floor. Dyer. Handoff to Robinson. Robinson thinks about the three, doesn't take it, drives. Contact made. Robinson says, I don't mind the contact, I'll make the basket anyway.
He is so proficient at just that. Somehow finding a way to take the bump, but not losing control of the basketball.
Elliott White, corner three, and he knocks this one down. 78-49, under 10 left in the second half. Yoakum finds Bolin inside, who loses it for a second, then regains it. Kicks it back out to Luke Dyer. Dyer finds Yoakum. Yoakum cutting, driving, turnaround, jumper off the back iron, rebound by Chris. Elliott White on the other end goes, drives, gets the basket to fall. 78-51. Robinson looking for the open man. It's Dyer. Dyer from downtown. Luke Dyer drains it.
He doesn't shoot often, but when he does, you're kind of shocked if it doesn't go in.
Luke Dyer tonight, 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from behind the arc. They're going to get a foul here on Will Yoakum. And it will be Davison Elkins basketball after the timeout here on Topper Station. The Hilltoppers are up by 30. We'll be right back on Topper Station.
On today's Restoration Minute, we discuss panhandle cleaning and restoration by the numbers. We have 3 locations, Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh. We employ over 150 employees, have 175 specialized vehicles, and have 7,500 pieces of industry-specific equipment. We have worked in 17 states, and our employees work an average of 756,000 hours each year. This has been a Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration Minute.
Welcome back, sports broadcasting here up at West Liberty. You can join the West Liberty student crew. Open to all majors, scholarships, work studies available. More information at westliberty.edu/arts and communications. You see the Topper Station sign here. Myself being a student here on the production crew. You saw Joel on running camera, and definitely a plethora of different majors. Here, a couple of DMD, and we actually have an education major. Maria, one of our camera operators. Definitely anyone can join the Topper Station crew. Hilltoppers are up by 30, 8:27 left in the second half. Bala Droka kicks it up to Monroe. To Chris. Chris goes for the turnaround jumper, can't get it to fall. The foul is going to be called on number 33, Owen Hazelbaker. His second, team 5th. Here comes Chris, heads to the free-throw line. He will get this one to rattle home. Take a look at some of the scores around the Mountain East. Fairmont State up 69-68 against West Virginia State. Charleston up 56-35 against Frostburg State. Urbana has the 4-point lead at home against Glenville State. And then Wheeling is up by 3 against West Virginia Wesleyan. Malik McKinney finds Boswell in the corner. Hazelbaker for 3. This one's a little short. Rebound by Elliott White. White gets it up to Bala Droka. Droka's going to move some speed. They're going to call the foul, but it's not a shooting foul. It's on the floor. That foul is going to be on number 1, Malik McKinney. McKinney's third foul, team 6. Bala Droka will inbound. Gets it into Elliott White. White now controls the basketball, drives, finds the backdoor pass to Ikram Chris, and Chris knocks it down. Malik McKinney on the far side of the floor. Now Bryce Butler controls it to Malik McKinney at the top of the key. Will drive, goes up, contact made, gets his own rebound off the tip. Butler for 3, off the front of the iron, rebound by White. Chris will drive, tries to go for behind the head pass, but he's going to be fouled as he goes up. His foul is on number 2, Bryce Butler. Here come Chris, will head to the free throw line, and the Senators are now in the bonus.
I'm going to be interested to see how this final 7:21 unfolds. And they say that because West Liberty has gotten very sloppy on the offensive end, has stopped running its offense, is playing one-on-one basketball. You can't do that. And that's the mental part of the game where you have to be stronger.
Chris makes both his 3 throws. 81-57, the Hilltoppers lead with just around 7 minutes left. Bryce Butler underneath, kicks it out. Bolin for 3. It's good. Bolin. Bringing it up the floor now is Monroe. Monroe will drive on Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker right there, good defense. Monroe will finish at the basket go and gets this one to drop. Bolin to McKinney, to Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker looks inside, gets to Boswell. Boswell drives, gets it to fall. Count the basket for Preston Boswell.
Whether by intention or not, nobody in this league ends up on the floor more often than Preston Boswell. He's just always giving everything he's got. He's in there getting banged around inside.
And Boswell finishes off the 3-point play. 87-59, the Hilltoppers lead. Monroe gets it to Bala Droka. The Hilltoppers running a little bit of a zone there for a second. We'll go back to the man-to-man. Bala Droka goes to the basket and gets this one to fall. Boswell gets it to Bolin, thinks about the quick 3, doesn't take it. McKinney gets it to Bolin, thinks about it again. Hazelbaker gets it into Bryce Butler. Cross-court pass. Boswell this time for outside, and he knocks down the triple as well.
If he ever knocks that shot down consistently, it'll be impossible to guard.
90-61 is the score. Driving now for the Senators is Miles Monroe. His shot's going to be blocked. Toppers look to move with numbers. Oh, behind the back pass by Boswell, and he throws it away. Coach Ben Hallett does not like that.
And Preston didn't like it himself. He knows. He's one of those kids you don't have to say anything to. He knows when a mistake is made. He'll correct it.
Just around 5 minutes remaining. Miles Monroe gets it over to Bala Droka, who kicks it out. Deep 3 here by Elliot White. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Bala Droka. Chris inside. Baby hook rattles it home. Hilltoppers will go for the wholesale change here at the next whistle. Hazelbaker for 3. Can't get it to fall. Bolin's right there to get the rebound. Eventually going to be poked out to Boswell. Bolin, deep 3, the rebound. It's going to be taken by Chris underneath. The Hilltoppers still right there trying to play good defense. Can strip it away. Chris will get it across half court, but it's going to be poked away. Bolin will control it. Tries to get the lob pass up to Bryce Butler. As there's going to be a timeout on the floor. It's going to be the last media timeout. The Hilltoppers are up 90-63. We'll be back here for the remainder of play on Topper Station.
Banks did great today. He looks great after his spa day. For being such a good boy, we'll take these 2. Great. Thanks to my free Kasasa Cashback checking account from Belmont Savings Bank, my Kasasa Cash is paying for my dog's treats.
Kasasa pays you cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. Open your account today at Belmont Savings Bank to take back banking and enjoy monthly cash rewards with Kasasa.
Welcome back. The Hilltoppers' next game is this Saturday, February 1st at 4 o'clock at the Rockefeller Center in Buchanan, West Virginia. Go watch that game on topperstation.com, Comcast Channel 14. Get recaps, great articles, and game notes on hilltoppersports.com. I have to give a shout out to Don Clegg, who gives those game notes and all those little tidbits we look at before the games. That's something that Todd Allum said during the women's game, is just that it seems like we can just show up sometimes and not have to do as much research for the amount of information that's there for us as soon as we come to the ASRC. Davidson Elkins has the basketball. Dante Dolman gets it up to Miles Monroe. Hilltoppers have a fresh 5 on the floor, as they're going to call a foul. That foul's on number 12, Luke Dyer. That's going to be his 4th, team 8th. On the floor for the Hilltoppers, Alessandro, Yoakum, Quinn Hiles, Pat Robinson, and Luke Dyer. As Elliott White goes up, and he's going to be fouled by Will Yoakum. White will head to the free-throw line and shoot 2. That is Yoakum's 4th foul as well, team 9th. White knocks down the first. White knocks them both down, 90-65. Robinson around the top of the key. Finds Dyer. Dyer will drive, uses his speed, kicks it out. Alessandro, corner 3 for Hiles. Hiles does not take it, actually. Hands it off to Alessandro, who can't handle it off his foot and goes out of bounds. Bala Droka. Droka will control it. And he now will get it up for Dolman. Dante Dolman. Slowly control it. Finds White. 10 on the shot clock. White pulls up for 3. In and out. Rebound by Alessandro. 3:30 remaining. Robinson loses this basketball. It's going to be stolen away by the Senators. Driving on the other end is Monroe. Monroe can't get it to fall. Rebound by the Hilltoppers. Dyer controls it. Hiles thinks about the 3 inside of Robinson. Robinson right there. Good pass and an even better finish by Pat Robinson.
Hiles head up, alert, and almost caught Pat off guard with that throw.
92-65. Under 3 minutes remaining. Twyman now outside for 3. Rebound by Hiles. Hiles dumps it off to Dyer. Dyer to Alessandro. Open for 3. Off the mark. Rebound inside by Will Yoakum, but he's going to lose it. And Dolman will eventually take it for the Senators. Drives. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Luke Dyer. Dyer will bring it down the floor. Inside to Alessandro. Kicks it out to Yoakum. Yoakum's going to drive, lays it up and in for Will Yoakum.
Oh, George Gervin finger roll.
Twyman will get it across half court. Pass to the corner. Monroe for 3. Off the back iron. Rebound by Will Yoakum. 2 minutes remaining. Yoakum, Euro step with the finish. A rolling timeout here for the Hilltoppers, as Blake McKinney will come into the game for Will Yoakum. As Hazel Baker will also come in for the Hilltoppers, as Luke Dyer will take the seat. Hilltoppers are just a minute 55 away from extending this win streak to 10 games. Yildirim kicks it out to the outside. Now it's going to be taken by Chris. Chris inside. Goes to turnaround jumper. Can't get to the fall, but they're going to get a foul here on John Alessandro.
I'll tell you what, Chris has played really well tonight. 19 points, 6 boards.
As Chris knocks down the first, that will now put him at 20 points for the night. Chris can't get this one to fall. Rebound by Hazelbaker. Battle for the basketball, but they're going to get a foul against Davis and Elkins, and Owen Hazelbaker will head to the line for the 1-and-1. That foul's on number 15, Elliott White. His first, team 7th. Owen Hazelbaker at the line. The 6'7" freshman from Johnstown, Ohio. This one's off the front iron, can't get to the fall. Rebound by Yildrim. 90 seconds remaining here at the ASRC. Hilltoppers have a 30-point lead. Twyman, deep three, drains it.
I tell you what, D&E has some pieces. They just don't have enough is the problem.
McKinney for three, in and out. Rebound by Chris.